Alright, so welcome back to more of Paranormasight, the 7 Mysteries of Honjo. Okay, back to it. We're making a start on Tetsuo. Yeah, Tetsuo Satsumi, because we're kind of at a stalemate with Haru. I could do Yoko too, but yeah, I'll do it in order. I don't even know if this is in order, but you know, it's whatever. Crime scene investigation. Oh yeah, I never actually read this because I was like, I think I'll actually end the session here. It's a crime scene investigation. Tetsuo Satsumi, Chief Inspector of the Metropolitan Police Department, 1st Investigative Division, is investigating the mysterious death of a fellow officer. He visits the scene of the incident, the former Yasuda Gardens, with his subordinate, Jun Eryo. Let's go. So when do I get a curse? Or when does Tetsuo get a curse? Does make me wonder. Well, here we are. Hey boss, forensics is all done. The crime scene is clean. The other officers have all gone home. It's just us now. The park should be able to open back up tomorrow like nothing ever happened. I doubt we'll get many visitors after that's happened. You'd be surprised. Lots of people love that kind of thing. I bet they'll be lining up to get in. Occult stuff is really popular right now. Did you not know that, boss? It sounds stupid. Well, it's not exactly rooted in science, but if ghosts really did exist, we could just ask them who the perp is. Somehow I doubt it'd be that simple. Oh, but you know, I've heard that high school girls are really into this spirit board thing these days. Supposedly, you can call on spirits and talk to them by using a board with letters on it. Wouldn't that be something? You could try it out yourself if you're so interested. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Let's give it a go sometime, boss. What now? Stop messing around. You really think we're going to solve this case by moving a coin across a scrap of paper? Sounds like you know all about it. We gotta be open-minded. What if that's how the police work is gonna be from now on? Don't make me laugh. Okay. Ah, there we go. Spirit board. Due to the occult craze, divination has become popular among young boys and girls. All one needs is a coin and a piece of paper with letters and numbers written on it. Using these, all one has to do is ask a question of the called-upon spirit and it will move the coin and answer. It is believed to be a tool that was adopted from Western spiritualism and moulded by Japanese occult enthusiasts. Though it is considered a form of divination, the ritualistic nature of its usage can cause self-hypnosis or autosuggestion, leading to hallucinations or symptoms similar to spirit possession. Many schools banned these spirit boards after there were several cases of students sneaking into schools at night, in addition to stories of people having seizures when using the boards. Jeez. Who knew it would be so dangerous? Listen up, Ario. You can't go blaming the death of your buddy on something like the occult. I don't care if it was ghosts or the occult or what. Whoever or whatever it was that did this. I'll get them, I promise you that. Well, you've got the right attitude, but we don't even know if this is a murder yet. Biases weaken our judgment. Get too fixated on one thing and you stop seeing everything else. Aye aye, boss. So, now that we've finished investigating the scene, let's review what we know. Now? It's getting late. I figured we'd head straight home from here. Come on, we've got to go over all the info we've gathered. What better place to do that than here at the scene of the crime, where we can soak up the atmosphere? Soak up the atmosphere? The hell is there to soak up? You must be really into this occult stuff if you get off on being in a place like this. Wait, you mean being somewhere like this doesn't get your blood pumping? No way. No, don't turn this around on me. I'm not the weird one here. Cripes. Ugh, fine, let's get this over with. Aye aye, boss. His face. Surroundings. The former Yasuda Gardens here in Yokohama Ichome were originally built as part of a daimyo's estate back in the Edo period. The park became city property a number of years ago and underwent extensive renovations. There's not a soul around at this time of night. Quiet doesn't even begin to describe it. You don't say. The scene. This is where the victim was found. It's clean now. It almost feels like nothing happened here at all. But once an incident like this has come to pass, there's no going back. Not that knowing that is any consolation. Jun Eryo, a detective in the Tokyo Metropolitan Police Department, 1st Investigative Division. His rank is Sergeant. This is his first time leading a case. It's like he's graduated from rookie to newbie. He looks put together on the outside, but acts like a kid most of the time. Honestly, the force could use more people like him. Well, I can think. Got a bad feeling about this case, and my gut is really wrong. I knew this would be a treacherous case from the moment we were dragged into it. About the case. So, early in the morning yesterday... Oh. Considering their eyes are, like, purely white, I'm assuming it was a curse. But it looks like it's one that stopped his heart or something. So a staff member found the victim collapsed here in the park and called the police when they realised he was dead. While there were no obvious external wounds, the fact that he was a police officer and the evidence of a struggle means it's likely that this was a murder. The summoner office sent it over to us since it involved the death of an officer, and we were tasked with the investigation. What we need to do is figure out what happened and whether there was foul play involved. I think that about sums it up. About the case. But, boss? Yeah? Is this case really important enough to assign to someone from the investigation division? I mean, a friend of mine died, so it's important to me, but... It's all up to the higher-ups. I'm sure they've got their reasons. Boss, you know something, don't you? It'll all become clear in time. Try not to worry about it too much. Thinking about it, the only thing we know for sure is the identity of the victim. That means there must have been something special about him, right? Maybe he knew something he wasn't supposed to, some kind of secret or something. Isn't that right? Pretty sharp sometimes, you know that? If you've picked up on that, you should be able to put the rest together yourself. Well, it is our duty to get to the bottom of a suspicious death, especially one involving an officer. The victim is Hajime Yoshimi of the Juvenile Division of the Sumida City Community Safety Bureau, 27 years old, single. He mostly dealt with cases involving juveniles and education. His rank was Senior Police Officer. You knew him well, didn't you? What was he like? Yes, we were in the academy together. We still went out for drinks together every month or two. He could be a little rowdy, but he was like a big brother to us all. He was kind and cared about his friends. For better or worse, he wasn't the uptight type of cop. The man always showed empathy, and I heard he was popular with the locals for it. He treated each and every troubled kid he met with compassion. He had a great track record when it came to rehabilitation. Sounds like we lost a good one. Yes, we did. We truly did. I knew being a cop was dangerous. I knew something like this could happen, but it's never easy when it happens for real. I know the feeling. He didn't seem to care much about climbing the ranks, but he was at the top of our class. Only problem was that he took on so much. He had the most unfinished paperwork too. I always felt we'd need an unusual guy like him to help us solve all our unusual cases. Hajime Yoshimi. I like how it specifies curse echo none. It could just omit that entirely. So Hajime was a police officer with the Sumida City Community Safety Bureau and was primarily responsible for juvenile and education cases. He held the rank of head patrol officer and entered the force at the same time as Jun Erio. Hajime was found dead under mysterious circumstances at the former Yasuda Gardens early in the morning yesterday. Once a rebellious gang member himself, Yoshimi turned his life around and used his own experiences to connect with troubled youth as a police officer. While his appearance and demeanour suggested a man who was rough around the edges, he was a passionate, loyal and caring man at heart, looked up to as a big brother by his peers. Yoshimi achieved stellar results in his work with juvenile cases, but his consistently sloppy paperwork and less than formal attitude essentially doomed his career and had him writing formal apologies on the regular. He left behind a fiancée, whom he had been dating since high school. Don't worry, you're plenty unusual yourself. Me? I was the most normal of my classmates. Besides, the real weirdo among us quit the academy a long time ago. There was one even weirder than you? Wait. Was it him? I'm certain I remember it mentioning something about him. Yeah, there. Richter studied alongside Detective Jun Erio at the police academy. It's probably him he's meeting, because he is quite the oddball. Oh my. Right, about the victim. Hajime was quite the bad boy in school, apparently. He ended up with the police a lot. He said the officer in charge was good to him, helped him get back on track. The reason he wanted to become a cop was to pay his kindness forward. Said it was the first time he ever took his study seriously. That's a good story. Love that kind of thing. Makes me want to have a drink in his honour. Please don't make fun of my dead friend. Hey, I said in his honour. You should aspire to become the kind of cop people miss when they die in the field. You say that like it's a sure thing I'll die. Besides, if I end up biting it, I'm sure you'll be the one who misses me most, boss. Come on, don't be like that. You'll hurt morale. Well, I guess how much I'll miss you depends on how this investigation goes. I can already see it. Erio, no! Why'd you have to go and get yourself killed? I have no idea what's going on in that head of yours. Yeah, that'll be a sight to see. I can't wait. You can't wait for your own death. Get it together, kid. Sheesh, you really are something. Thank you. What about the victim's family? The Yoshimi family is from Kitasenju in Adachi City, but Hajime's parents died a long time ago. He lived there all alone, no siblings or anything. I went to his house a few times for drinks, so I was surprised. It's this huge, old-looking place. Like, you know, the kind of place that seems super haunted. And he lived there alone? It looked like the home of an old noble family. It was hard to imagine him being such a delinquent living in a house like that. There's that bias I was talking about. If he's from an old family, I'm sure things were complicated. That's a bias too. He never talked about any of that, even when we were drunk, so I don't know much about it. Oh, one more thing. Yeah? Hajime was engaged. He'd been seeing his fiancée ever since they were in school, over 10 years. They just started talking about getting married. What was her name again? You showed me a picture once. She was a beautiful woman. That's so. How terrible for her. But she may know if there'd been anything going on with him lately. We should speak to her. Yeah, his fiancée may have been his only confidant. I'm sure someone at the Sumida Police Department had already contacted her. I'll look into it tomorrow. Hey boss. I looked into the case that Hajime was running. Oh great. That's the kind of stuff I want to know. What was Hajime working on the day he died? Well, according to his report from the day before, he had 2 cases involving juveniles. The first was the suicide of a high school girl who jumped off a building in Kamazawa last week. Yeah, I did hear about that. The girl's name was Michio Shiraishi. She was a second-year student at Kamagata High School. But it seems as though Hajime had contact with her even before this incident. So she'd been troubled for some time. That's the thing. About a month ago, he happened to see her walking around town. She looked upset, so he struck up a conversation with her. He was sure there was something bothering her, but she wouldn't tell him what. Must have been trouble at home. That's what he thought too. It seems he visited her home and spoke to her parents, but they said there was no problem, so there was nothing else he could do. And now he's dead. And it's possible he could have prevented her suicide then. He must have been devastated. That's why he was looking into Michio Shiraishi again. He must have thought that something terrible had happened that drove her to end her life. But ultimately, he never reported his findings on his investigation. You see. And you're thinking that it may have had something to do with his death. We'll have to find out what it is Hajime discovered. Right, let's check with the Sumida Police Department about that tomorrow too. What was the other case he was working? This one is also related to the Kamagata High student. A troublemaker named Hitomi Okuda. She seems to be the leader of a group of kids who gets up to no good. Juvenile delinquency. Fun. She was pretty bad for a while, multiple charges of destruction of property, assault and battery, you name it. Hajime had been working with her for about 6 months, and she was finally starting to open up. Then he met with the girl the day he died. Well, every school's got its problems. But I'm sure he'd be worried about how she'd get on without him. Right, just when she'd finally found an adult she could trust. She might act out without someone to help her get through this. We'll have to make sure the Sumida Community Safety Bureau does their job. But, we can't rule out the possibility that meeting with this delinquent girl had something to do with his death. Then we'll have to interview her too. Ah, yes, you're right. She may have been the last person to see him alive after all. I'll ask Sumida to introduce us tomorrow. Though, who knows if they'll actually let us talk to her. That's what we hired you for. Lay a little boyish charm on them if they need convincing. Oh yeah, I'm sure they'd prefer me over a scary-looking old man like you, boss. Watch it, I'm so your superior. You ought to act like you respect me at least. Oh, I thought I was. You were? Shit. Is that just how your generation speaks? You really are a new breed. Yeah, it's probably just me, actually. Oh well. Don't think you can get away with that with other people. So anyways, boss. Were you even listening? We've got quite a bit to look into tomorrow. First, the 2 Kamagata High School cases that Hajime was handling. And we need to speak with his fiancée as well. I believe that's it for tomorrow. Okay. The murder case. Right, so notes on Hajime Yoshimi. Case notes regarding the death of Hajime Yoshimi. Body found at former Yasuda Gardens, estimated time of death 2 days prior at approximately 11 AM. Cause of death, acute heart failure, cause unknown, signs of a struggle found at the scene, efforts to locate witnesses underway. Body discovered by groundskeeper, currently investigating the fiancé of the deceased and 2 female students from Kamagata High School that the deceased had contact with as persons of interest. Oh. Now, what else we got? About the cause of death. As for the cause of death, we won't know until the autopsy is done. From what we've seen, though, it appeared to be some kind of acute heart failure, but since he had no record of chronic illness and had no visible wounds, it's possible that poison or drugs could have been involved. Dying in the middle of the park like that, it certainly seems suspicious. We found signs of a struggle at the scene, as well as footprints belonging to an unidentified individual. We've got people trying to identify those prints. If we can find who they belong to, we might be able to figure this whole thing out. Yes, wouldn't that be nice if that were the end of it? The only thing Hajime had on him were his badge and his wallet in his pockets, so we can rule out a mugging. Though there probably aren't many people who'd think to try mugging a cop as big as him. I've also heard that Hajime got into a fair few fights in his younger days. He started judo once he became an officer and rose up the ranks quickly. Sounds like the perp would have to have been pretty strong to take on Hajime. Time of death was around 11 PM 2 days ago. Outside of the park's operating hours, of course. Oh, it was 11 PM. Wait, didn't that say AM? Or am I dumb? I don't know what this would be under. Phenomena. Maybe. Okay, it's none of those. I don't know where the hell it was. Oh, there we go. Yeah, to say 11 AM. Approximately 11 AM. Is that not supposed to be PM then? Whatever. His body was found early in the morning yesterday. 11 PM the day before yesterday. What was Hajime doing out here at that time in the first place? That's the question, isn't it? The entrance to the park is closed after hours, but it's a small gate that would be fairly easy for him to get through if he really wanted to. That would of course be breaking and entering, but what do you think, boss? I think someone probably called him here. It's hard to imagine a cop like Hajime would trespass for no reason. And since it seems like someone else was here with him, could they have called him here? Oh, that does seem likely. They must have been talking about something pretty sensitive to come here in the middle of the night. So Hajime met someone here to discuss something in secret, and then they got into a fight. No, that wouldn't match the cause of death. There were no wounds on the body that would indicate a spontaneous scuffle. The perp must have planned something. Then you think it was meditated. That would mean they called Hajime to the park with the intent to kill him? Well, there is still the possibility that it was just some kind of accident. Maybe the perp tried to threaten Hajime and things went south from there. We should be able to get a clearer picture once we know exactly what killed him. Right. Indeed. About Satsumi. By the way, I'm so glad you're back in the First Division, boss. I've always admired your work. You were like a god to me. You were the whole reason I became a detective in the first place. Oh yeah, about that. People have been saying that ever since you first entered the academy, but... Yes, that's because it's true. I couldn't believe you got transferred out of the first, just as I was assigned to it. So getting to work on a case job like this, now, just the two of us, is a dream come true. Happy as I am to hear that, well, how should I put it? What is it? If that's true, I'm not sure you've been showing me the appropriate amount of respect. Huh? But I do respect you. Don't tell me you're going senile, boss. That's exactly what I'm talking about. When you run your mouth like that. Getting late. You must be sleepy. Don't worry, boss. I'll make sure we get out of here soon. Yeah, I get it. I've been wowed by your shrewd detecting abilities all day today. Oh, really? Funny, I've been wowed by you, too. On the topic of family, what's yours like, boss? What the hell is wrong with you? Prying into my personal life all of a sudden. It's just, I've never heard you talk about them or anything. Oh, are you single? Shut it, that's none of your business. Well, ever since I joined the force, I've been thinking. The department really pressures young officers to get married. I wonder why that is. You don't say anything like that, though. How should I know? I caved to the pressure myself and got married 20-some years ago. Huh, so then... God, you're relentless. She took our daughter and left 4 years ago. Thanks for reminding me. I'm sorry. I can't believe she'd give up a guy like you. I was never home much. Too focused on work. I'd come home late only to get called right back out again. Plus being a cop is dangerous work. I don't blame her for getting fed up with it all. It's sad, especially when you're out here putting your life on the line. Oh, is that why you transferred out of the first? It was already too late by then. You better be careful, Ario. You say that, but there's not much I can do, is there? That's the nature of our job. There aren't many who can really understand it, not unless they're involved with police work themselves or related to someone who is. But wait, you have a daughter, boss? You really think I want to talk about her after all that? Have some sense. Come on, I promise I don't mean it this way. Mean this the way it sounds, but how old is she? Geez, you don't know when to quit, do you? At least not. Try not to look so intrigued. She's a bit rough around the edges. I think most men are intimidated by her. Plus I heard she's living by herself and going to college. Wow, a college student. Men love an educated lady. Stop that. What kind of cop are you? Making baseless assumptions like that. She's living on her own though, huh? You must worry about her. Worry? I don't even know where she lives. Oh, so she hasn't told you. Probably because she knows you'd follow her around everywhere. I would not. I don't think. Come on now, we both know that's not true. Listen here. There we go. That's what we do. Oh yeah. More about Satsumi. Ah, that reminds me. If you got married 20 years ago, it must have been right around the Nejima murder. You know your history? Yeah, that happened a year or two after our wedding. You were the one who arrested the killer, weren't you? We studied that case at the academy. I was only in elementary school at the time, but I still remember people talking about some dangerous criminal getting arrested. All that was just... cracking the case, finding the guy, it was all just happenstance. I'd really rather not think about it. It was a disturbing case. Did it not make your skin crawl when you learned about it at the academy? It did. We were all terrified. Sounds about right. No one could believe that such a mild-mannered man could have committed such a terrible murder. If we had overlooked one little thing, we may never have caught him at all. Yep, I'm the same. Also, how's it going, Elzareth? For some reason, saying Paranormasight is really hard, and I always see it, or want to say panorama. So, yeah. I think I remember hearing there was only one charge brought against him in the end. That's right, we didn't have the evidence. I knew there was no way such a meticulously planned crime could have been there first, but... we may have stuck Fumichika Nejima in a cell, but it was no victory. He always had the upper hand. And all the damage he did to everyone involved, especially the victim's classmates. It's already been 20 years. Huh. God damn it. This is why I try not to think about it. Oh, sweet. I'm sorry. The joys of visual novels, they are perfect background noise. So all this occult stuff, have you heard about it, boss? What are you talking about? The Rite of Resurrection thing that everyone's talking about. No, not you too. I've been hearing about that shit everywhere. Oh, you have? That's surprising. Who cares what people are talking about? It's got nothing to do with our job. But don't you think the occult stuff with this case feels, I don't know, realer somehow? The whole thing started right here in Honjo, in Sumida City, so I thought that maybe, cut it out, nothing good can come of getting involved with that rite or whatever, or that record of fates. Sounds like you know all about it. Boss, are you secretly into the occult? Stop that, seriously, this isn't a joke. I get why you'd be intrigued by something called the Rite of Resurrection after a buddy of yours died, but... bringing the dead back to life, that's the stuff of fantasy, it's not real. So don't go hoping for miracles, got it? Oh. Well, boss, I think that about does it. Right, let's call it for tonight. I'll see you tomorrow. Whoa! Jesus. We get a curse. Oh god, what is that? Huh? Boss, what's wrong? Don't tell me you're going senile. Damn it, it was that case all along. Do not be fooled. Something is the true lie. It is no rumour. believe me, see the truth. Boss, what is it? Is there something over there? Such deep sorrow, a resentful memory is flowing into my mind. Those who deceive, with falsehoods and untruths, are something hung up forever in eternal darkness. Those who spread lies, kill them all. Ah, the Evergreen Beach. You've acquired the power of the Curse Stone, the Evergreen Beach. You can use it to kill... Oh! Those who intentionally try to mislead you. Use the curse button when someone lies to you. Okay. So the Evergreen Beach. I don't need to read all this because I've done that. Look at that tongue. So it kills by hanging one who tries to mislead the curse bearer with false statements. So he deceived us with his so-called Rite of Resurrection. The man who tricked the people with his false dark art swings from a rope. They thought the man had escaped the previous night, but oddly enough, he was found hanging in the garden of the daimyo's mansion that morning. The man, a local named Jinkichi, was known for his kind temperament and skill in crafting Netsuke clasps. While his life wasn't always easy, he was optimistic, the type of smile through whatever life threw at him. He was the kind of man who would take care of those who didn't have anyone else to rely on. The prosperity that the ukiyo-e boom brought must have been what fanned the flames of his greed. The old craftsman was found in a miserable state, as if sentenced to some cruel fate. Perhaps he'd ended his own life, unable to bear the weight of his crime, but dead men tell no tales, and the people thought of him as a bad man even in death. He hung there for days till his neck stretched horrifically, a visage of pain still etched on his face. It was clear he must have struggled greatly as he died, his flesh marked with dark scars where the rope wrapped around his whole body. The beech tree's leaves do not fall, and neither did the man's body hanging from it. As the mansion's owner was not at home, another unfortunate event. The people held their tongues, fearing divine punishment, but the rumours persisted nonetheless. Jeez. This is quite the interesting curse for a detective to have, to be honest. You're able to kill people that try to mislead you. A murderous impulse seeps into my soul like thick black tar. Yeesh. Now, kill them! Can you hear it, Curse Bearer? You who so strongly desires the right. Wait, why do I desire the right? Why would Tetsuo want it? Boss! Boss, what's the matter? Don't tell me you really went senile. Sorry, I'm fine. I mean, fine's an understatement. Ario, yes? I have some bad news. Oh no, your senility is kicking in, isn't it? No, we've got a bit of trouble on our hands. Looks like we'll be working some overtime. We're not going home tonight. Huh? What are you talking about? I'm cursed, bitch. Ah, there we go. The hunt for the Curse Bearers, Part 1. So Satsumi and Jun are sorting through the facts at the scene of Officer Hajime Yoshimi's mysterious death. Satsumi denies the existence of the Rite of Resurrection until the cursed echo of the Evergreen Beach appears before them. I don't understand how he doesn't really have a need for the curse. Whereas, like, Shogo wants it, or wanted it for Yoko. Haru wants it to resurrect her son. Strange. Okay, so let me get this straight, boss. The Rite of Resurrection really exists. And to use it, you have to kill people using the power of curses from the 7 mysteries of Honjo. And the curse you have is from the story of the Evergreen Beach that's told in this area. Is that right? Yeah, pretty much. You're quick on the uptake. You weren't your usual silly self when you were explaining, so I knew you were telling the truth. I'm never silly. The only thing I have trouble believing is that you're taking this occult stuff seriously now. I mean, talk about paranormal. I thought you didn't believe in any of that. It's not that I don't believe in it. My familiarity with it is why I've tried not to get too close. Are you just being a sore loser? Not used to admitting you were wrong? Oh, shut up and listen to me. No point in trying to hide things anymore. We won't get anywhere if you don't understand this, so listen up. Please, just listen. You don't have to keep saying it. I'm listening. We don't have time to waste. We'll talk as we walk. Hey, Wait for me, boss. This is music. Oh, we're on the move. So, right, Ryogoku Bridge. The music, it's so cheesy. Sorry. I just want to double check one thing. You're telling the truth, right? This isn't a side effect of your senility. It's the truth, not like I can prove it though. What is this music? He's not stupid, but he sure can be slow sometimes. Though I think that positivity of his may come in handy at some point. Revealing the existence of a secret department is against the rules, even to a fellow cop. Well, this is an emergency. I need his help. I'll tell him. I'm sure you already know this, but this is all top secret, no sharing it with anyone. Right, you can trust me not to. But, no, I just can't believe it. I'd heard rumours that you used to be a member of a secret division attached to the Security Bureau. Can't believe we actually have a department called Paranormal Affairs. Yeah, I'm sure it comes as a shock. I couldn't believe it myself. I thought the higher-ups were messing with me. Really had me worried for a while there. No, this is incredible. That's the whole reason I became a cop. I was always fascinated by secret agencies and stuff. You serious? But thinking about it, it totally makes sense. If curses and spirits really do exist, then of course we'd need a special department to protect citizens from them. You seem a bit too eager to believe all this. And hang on, I thought you joined up because of me. Come on, boss. Do you only have one favourite food? You can like more than one thing. Yeah, whatever. In any case, the official stance is that the supernatural doesn't exist, so Paranormal Affairs operates in secret. Still not sure why they stuck me there. Those 4 years, I worked nothing but cases involving the supernatural. Ah, the Paranormal Affairs Bureau, the PAB even, PAB. Although officially called the Tokyo Metropolitan Police Department Security Division, Special Security Unit Paranormal Affairs Bureau, it is more commonly referred to simply as Paranormal Affairs. Only a handful of people know of its existence even within the police force. As the name suggests, it specialises in the investigation and resolution of cases involving paranormal phenomena. Since the existence of paranormal phenomena is not public knowledge, nor is it readily believed by the general population, the Bureau's activities are conducted in utmost secrecy. Currently there are only 5 members, including the Chief. The Bureau has a network of psychic contacts across the country who assist with their cases, including Mio Kurosuzu. The Bureau undertakes investigations into any suspicious stories that cross their desk. Though the vast majority turn out to be hoaxes, due to the sheer volume of cases, close-lipped, experienced detectives without paranormal abilities of their own, such as Tetsuo Satsumi, are sometimes assigned to investigate. The current Chief of Paranormal Affairs is a man named Kuru Nakagoshi. He was born to a family of psychics who have been involved in keeping the world safe from paranormal phenomena for generations, and has served as Mio Kurosuzu's mentor since discovering her. Kuru is an elusive figure. Very few have met him in person, and he has rarely seen him in the office. It's said that this is because he has often been the target of curses. However, some theorize that it is in fact because Kuru is not actually of flesh and blood at all. His seat in his office is usually occupied by a Nu, a legendary creature found in Japanese folklore. The Nu resembles an ordinary white thrush and acts as Kuru's messenger, leading to bizarre scenes of police officers earnestly reporting their findings to a bird. The term Nakagoshi case serves as a code name used to refer to cases under investigation by Paranormal Affairs. Oh, clever. Ah, crap. Nakagoshi. Oh, Jun. Wait, what? So the fresh oh, Shogo, yeah. Jun is a young detective with the Tokyo Metropolitan Police Department, 1st Investigative Division with the rank of Sergeant. Jun encountered Kurosaka while investigating the mysterious death of his colleague Hajime Yoshimi in the former Yasuda Gardens with Tetsuo Satsumi. When Tetsuo explained to him that the supernatural is real, he accepted this fact without a moment's hesitation and vowed to help his partner to solve the case. Born to a relatively well-off household, Jun developed a healthy sense of self-esteem and an optimistic outlook on life. Although watching action movies and detective series as a child instilled in him a desire to help those in need, it was the sight of Tetsuo Satsumi, who was in charge of investigating a case Jun was involved in as a student, that truly inspired him to become a police officer. While Jun still maintains a strong respect for Tetsuo, he also gets much enjoyment out of making casual cracks to get a rise out of the veteran officer. As an adult, Jun continues to hold on to the faint hope that the world is as he pictured in his youth, a thrilling place in which superhuman heroes do battle against secret evil organizations. He attended the police academy with Richter Kai, who is now a private investigator. The two initially became friendly when Jun found Richter holed up alone in the reference room scouring over old crime data, and invited him to go bowling, a popular pastime during this era. Ah, there we go. He was possessed by the Evergreen Beach caretaker while investigating the former Yasuda Gardens, previously a member of the Secret Paranormal Affairs Bureau within the Tokyo Metropolitan Police Department, Security Division. He makes use of this experience to investigate the ongoing large-scale curse incident with his partner Jun Erio. Rather than sitting behind a desk, Chief Inspector Satsumi always worked in the field as he moved his way up the police force. Behind his stern face lies a compassionate man ever prepared to help his fellow officers. That same attentiveness to his work and colleagues, however, cost Tetsuo his marriage several years ago. Tetsuo has a penchant for candy and desserts, which he tries but fails to conceal from other officers at the risk of appearing soft. He delights in buying local sweets wherever he is sent to investigate a case, and would often volunteer to be dispatched to distant locations to acquire them while he was with the Paranormal Affairs Bureau. He is also surprisingly knowledgeable about current trends, a trait he puts down to investigation-related research, but which is actually spurred by his wish to have something to discuss with his daughter. Ah, how sweet. So, do you, have it? Have what? Spirit sense, of course. Are you what they call spiritually gifted? Nope, never felt anything at all. Even if I did, I'd be a lightweight at best. One beer and I'm down for the count. Oh. Huh. Is that how people in the field quantify someone's spirit sense, like how much liquor they can handle? Nope, that's just me. Thought it'd help get the point across. Oh. Huh. That's him and Yoko that have done that. Sorry, seems like I keep disappointing you. No, it's not your fault, boss. At the risk of disappointing you yet again, I'll tell you one more thing. Spirit sense is usually something you're born with. It's tough to develop it later on. What, so there's no hope for me? No, say it ain't so. Of course you were interested. Well, you never know. You may have some hidden potential. I know there's a high schooler who's got so much spirit sense that she works on the front lines. I say work, but she wasn't paid because it was supposedly part of her training. Yikes. That seems like it'd be in violation of Article 69, nice, of the Labour Standards Act. Oh, you really know the law? No comment. Even the occult field has workers' rights issues. Huh. So, what do we do now? We've got this rite of resurrection and the cursed echoes of the 7 mysteries of Honjo. The curse is being spread out around the city is a bit of an emergency. Is that bad? It's that bad? I'll put it this way. It's like handing out guns all over town. Jeez, that's real bad. It is. So we need to find the source and put a stop to it before something terrible happens. Usually that'd be the job for Paranormal Affairs, but I've talked to them on my way here. The main team is tied up until tomorrow night. So they told me to deal with it myself. Said it'd be fine since I have some experience. Huh? What? Then that overtime you mentioned means, yep, you're gonna help me, partner. Alright, let's do this. You seem a bit too eager to dive into all this. You really have no reservations working a case you know nothing about. You said it was an emergency. I didn't think we had a choice. I'm just trying to be logical about this. You really are something. It might actually be nice having you around. Why, thank you. Oh! So what exactly do we do? If these curses are connected to the 7 mysteries, then the people who have the others should all be here in town. Right, if there's 7 of them, that means there are 6 more out there. We have to stop them all before they kill anyone with their curses. If we can, we should find and collect all the curse stones. Boss, from what you said earlier, killing a curse bearer gets you closer to completing the rite of resurrection. Won't your life be in danger if they find out you're a curse bearer? Pretty much. We can't let that happen. Should we even be out here right now? Hiding would only be a waste of time. The mystery of the one-sided reed is associated with Ryogoku Bridge. I was hoping we'd be quick enough to run into the one-sided reed's curse bearer. No such luck, it seems. Well, if nothing else, maybe word will spread that the cops are on the lookout and people will behave. It's putting a lot of trust in whoever these other people are. Well, it's possible the other curse bearers will have, with the same idea, will come here. Talk to anyone you see who seems suspicious. Ugh. That means someone who may have the power of a curse. Understood. In that case... Ah. Why don't I ask that guy who's been watching us this whole time? What do you know? There is someone there. Good luck. Hey, you there. Sorry to bother you, but I've got some questions. I'm with the police. It's this guy. That's your cooperation. We'll be asking you a few questions, Mr. Yutaro Namagaki. That's your name, correct? Yeah. I don't mind answering your questions. I'm gonna do this right now. I know what his curse is. Unless they change it. But I doubt it. I also can change that. Oh, I should make the text speed fast. There we go. Just turn off my volume just in case. I don't mind answering your questions. You're a detective. Did something happen? Alright, lots of things have been happening around here. Like people dying. Boss, I saw to this guy. Okay. This man identifies himself as Yutaro Namagaki, a 21-year-old college student. He was watching so calmly. We need to be careful with this guy. So, what is it you were doing here? It must be the incident at the former Yasuda Gardens, the dead policeman. I can't imagine a detective will come all the way out here otherwise. Huh. Well, aren't you clever? Say, Mr. Detective. Have you ever heard of the Evergreen Beach? The 7 Mysteries of Honjo, right? One of the 7 Mysteries of Honjo, right? Why do you ask? I'm just looking for it. Actually, I was wondering if either of you knew anything about it. If it's the Evergreen Beach you're after, you'd be better off looking around the former Yasuda Gardens than here. Oh, you know a lot about this. Well, that's what I thought. Detectives, you have the curse stone of the Evergreen Beach, don't you? How did you know? Ario, you idiot. Well, that was much easier than expected. Ah, crap. Sorry. It was simple inference. I figured you would have taken the curse if you were just in the gardens. If you know that, then you must be a curse bearer yourself. I have no intentions of hiding anything. I plan to tell you from the start. Look. This is my curse stone. I believe it's called the Foot Washing Mansion. That's right, but you sure about this? I'm not so rushed that I'd kill someone as soon as I found out they were a curse bearer, not without talking to them first. You're the same, aren't you, detectives? You wouldn't use a curse on a normal person. Let's speak as equals, shall we? Boss? Sure, we'd rather resolve this amicably too. So I could have killed him then. But not so. But before we talk, there's something I should tell you. This is my curse stone, the Evergreen Beach, just like you thought. What? Boss, why would you tell him? As for how the curse works, Boss, are you having another senior moment? If you tell him that, it hangs to death anyone who would try to mislead me. So, if you try to lie to me, the curse stone will let me know. I don't have to use it to tell. Understand? Oh, really? That's super useful. I see. Understood. That's a pretty useful power for a detective. Now then, let's talk. Damn, it seems I've lost the upper hand. No point for petty tricks then, I'll be honest with you. So far so good? God, I can use the curse so many times, Jesus. There's someone I want to bring back, so I'd like your assistance in collecting soul dregs. Can't help you. Please, all you'd have to do is tell me who the curse bearers are. Sorry, but as a police officer, I can't just look the other way and let you go. Please, if you help me, I'll let you two go as well. Is that a threat? No. It's your final warning. My curse, the Foot Washing Mansion. Did you really think you could escape it just by being careful? Didn't matter to me which of you was the curse bearer. I'll be taking both of your soul dregs anyway. Wait, Namagaki! The Foot Washing Mansion is a powerful curse and so simple to activate. It's ready whenever I need it. There's no escape from the voice on my feet. Get out of here, hurry! I'll find you later. What? Oh, okay. Too late, hear the voice of my curse echo. The voice of his curse echo? Haha! Again! What? Why isn't my curse echo working? Impossible. This has never happened. What's happening? I don't hear anything. Over here now, grab him. Right. Namakaki, get down. Damn it. Boss, here, his curse stone. Good work. Give it to me. Hey! Curse stone acquired. The foot washing mansion. Sweet. Damn it, why? What do you think, boss? Should we lock him up? I haven't even touched you. You can't consider that assault of a police officer. Let him go. All we need is the stone. Ugh, how could this happen? My right of resurrection. Give it up. The right was too good to be true from the start. I don't know what happened to you, but you better be off mourning whoever you lost the right way. Get out of here. Damn it. Oh yeah, I'll turn on, voices again. There's no real need. I'm pretty sure this literally exists for the foot washing mansion curse. But still. I'd like to hear what voices may exist. Phew, that was a close one, huh, boss? We'd probably be dead if he had activated his curse. I mean, he did activate it, he just failed because I turned down the sound. Yeah, not sure what, but something stopped his curse from... Boss, you okay? Does having another curse stone hurt? Yeah, the curse from this one is flowing into me too. Oh no. And so what activates the curse of the foot washing mansion and the resentful memories bound to it? I see. I always thought this was one of the stranger of the 7 mysteries. Now I know why. The sheriff is something. What did you see? Let's save that for later. All you need to know for now is that it's a particularly powerful curse. We're lucky we took it from him quickly. Phew. Oh. Ah. I saw it, it's just legs. She was an accomplished onmyoji. Alas, she did not use her talents for the good of the world or the people, but for her own selfish pursuit of beauty. After a fierce battle, the woman dragged herself through the streets. It was like something had gnawed away at her body. Will I die? I've already obtained what I needed, as long as I have this. Suddenly a terrible realization dawned on her. Her legs wouldn't move. She fell to the ground. What was happening? Surprised, she looked down. Her foot, once so beautiful and delicate, had grown ulcerated and rotten. He got her. She was on the verge of death and covered in filth to boot. Crawling to a nearby house, her breath caught in her throat. The curious residents opened up, but recoiled from what they saw. My foot is so filthy. Please, someone please, quickly. The woman expired while mumbling something unintelligible, and so ended the life of a woman consumed by evil. Oh. Actually, wait. I don't know if I've even learned about that one. Kills by crushing one who hears the command, wash. Wow. Well, that makes one stone. Where do we go now? We'll visit all the places associated with the mysteries while it's still dark out. You mean we have to do that all over again? I hope they aren't all as aggressive as him, but people will do crazy things to bring back someone they love. It seems that the hatred the cursed stones are imbued with makes people more willing to kill. Really? Then what about you, boss? I'm fine. I may not have any spirit sense, but I'm tough when it comes to this stuff. That's why they love me in paranormal affairs. So you are spiritually gifted after all. Alright, let's head to the next place. So the hunt for Curse Bearers Part 2. I wonder if I can go back to a nice thought. Let's see. May as well give it a go. Resume! Conversation on the bridge. Oh, there we go. So, what next? Big question now is what the rest of the Curse Bearers are up to. Luckily, the similar river... Yeah, I think I've already been over this. I see. Alright. Ah, there we go. Excuse me. Oh, hi. Whee! Been a while since someone spooked me like that. That girl gives me the creeps. What's her deal? Hi, strange woman. Where did she come from? It's like she disappeared out of nowhere. She's the one that was with the washing foot mansion. Yeah, she was with that guy. Oh, hi. I didn't mean to startle you. I'm terribly sorry if I've gotten the wrong people, but would you happen to be curse bearers? Curse bearers? What's that then? It means someone who's gathering souls for the Rite of Resurrection. You have heard of the Rite of Resurrection, haven't you? Everybody's talking about it. Colour me intrigued. Keta told me Mom, Miss... What was your name again? No, silly me. Amayame Tono. University student. She says her name's Ayame. I'd guess she's around 20. She must be brave walking around alone at this late, or maybe there's more to it. Maybe she's got a particularly powerful curse. There's more to the Rite of Resurrection than meets the eye, you see. So the best way to collect soul dregs is to kill other curse bearers, and that's about the size of it. I hope it wasn't too much to follow. No, I think I got the gist. Funny old world we live in, huh? So are you saying you're one of these curse bearers? No, not... Oh. No, well, not quite. It's complicated. I'm not, but Yutaro is. Yutaro? Is that your boyfriend? Oh, heavens no, just a friend. His full name is Yutaro Namagaki, where, I suppose you could say partners in crime, when a way of putting it. So where is this Yutaro now? What about that? He's not actually a curse bearer anymore. He's more like a former curse bearer. Former? How so? I don't really know the details myself, but apparently he lost his curse stone. Typical, right? You make such a show of being a top student, only to flunk it where it counts. So now I'm out here looking for curse bearers myself. If you want something done right, do it yourself. He lost it? How did he do that? Yeah, I wasn't with him at the time, so I don't know exactly what happened. All I know is that he came back saying he didn't have it anymore. Although, well, it's strange that you'd probe into that of all things. I'm just a curious sort, that's all. Sorry if it's a touchy subject. No, I don't mind. I don't particularly care about keeping it a secret. Yutaro can be a little irrational sometimes, so I have to keep a level head on my shoulders. About why you approached us. Why you approached us. So anyway, mind if I ask why you thought I was a curse bearer? Oh, that, I'm terribly sorry. I was so rude. I saw the two of you out late at night, and I suppose I made assumptions. Gotcha. Sorry if we gave you the wrong idea. Out of interest, what was your plan if we did turn out to be curse bearers? Okay. Good question, and the answer is, I was going to ask you very nicely for your curse stones. And you thought we'd have given them to you, just like that. Well, maybe not. But you know what they say, you never know until you ask. You must really love your boyfriend if you're willing to try something that risky. Oh goodness no, we're just friends. My life doesn't revolve around him, you know. Anyway, you aren't curse bearers, so I'm just bothering you, aren't I? Please ignore me. About the Rite of Resurrection. So what are you trying to do with this Rite of Resurrection? Well, Yutaro has his own plan all laid out. I don't know if I can get behind it, though. It seems, how do I put it, self-centered? I mean, if you get the chance to resurrect the dead, it would be a waste not to use it on someone that really matters, right? So I was planning to steal his curse stone at the last second and use it for myself. Well, until he lost it anyway. Oh, but don't tell Yutaro I was going to do that, okay? I don't think he'd be happy to hear it. Of course, keeping secrets is my business. My, aren't you dashing? Okay. Sounds like you really have your heart set on this rite. What were you hoping to use it on? Do you promise you won't laugh? Cross my heart. Well then. Let me tell you my master plan. Prepare to be amazed. I'm an art student, you see. Woodblock prints are my specialty. So, is that ukiyo-e? In particular. You must be a cultured lady. Really? Do you think so? Everybody says it's a strange interest for a girl to have. You know, people often think of ukiyo-e as some inaccessible high-class art form, but that's actually totally untrue. Back in the Edo period, it was the art for the masses, amusement for the common people. So when you think about it, we feel exactly the same thrills from every brushstroke as they did back then. Isn't that fascinating? Huh, yeah, I guess. And as far as I'm concerned, the undisputed king of Ukiyo-e is the one and only Hokusai. Have you heard of him? Sure I have, he's famous. Didn't he live somewhere around here back in the Edo period? That's right, you're just as knowledgeable as you look. His 36 views of Mount Fuji are so iconic. They're the only works of his most people know. But Hokusai was so much more than just mountains and waves. That's only the teeny tiny tip of a veritable iceberg of work. I've got to admit, I only really know him from those landscapes myself. Oh, don't worry about it. Anyone can learn. When Hokusai died at the age of 90, he left behind over 30,000 drawings. That's multiple drawings a day for 80 years. Amazing, right? So he kept on drawing right up into his old age, huh? Impressive. But even in his final years, he was never satisfied with his own work. His dying words were, "Should heaven afford me but 5 more years, I shall finally become a true artist." Even on his deathbed, he still thought he had more to learn. He was already the greatest painter and artist of his era. Who knows what he could have done with more time? Well, that's what I want to find out. Really? Hold on, are you saying... Besides, he always said he wanted to move out of 100 houses, but he only made it to 93. Isn't that just tragic? Oh no, nuh-uh. No way this is going where I think it's going. Imagine the masterpieces he could create with modern techniques. I feel all dizzy just thinking about it. You've got to be kidding me. So if I understand correctly, you want to use the Rite of Resurrection to... That's right, I want to bring Hokusai back to life. Well, that's certainly a novel idea. That's what she'd use it on? What a waste. Okay. Katsushika Hokusai. Okay. He lived to be 89. Not bad. Hokusai was active during the late Edo period, considered to be the golden age of ukiyo-e in Japan. Born in Honjo, Hokusai spent most of his life in the area known as Sumida City. Among his famous works are the 36 views of Mount Fuji and the Hokusai manga. Hokusai was a prolific artist from a young age and has left behind a wide variety of works, producing an estimated 30,000 pieces during his lifetime. Though the general popularity of ukiyo-e declined during the Meiji period, Hokusai remained a core figure at the center of the Japanese movement? I guess. Providing inspiration for countless artists around the globe. Despite his fame, Hokusai himself was said to be rather indifferent to money or decorum, and lived a life that quite appropriately resembled that of the whimsical and otherworldly scenes often depicted in ukiyo-e. Though he went by many names, in his later years he took on the title of Gokyo Rojin Monji, or the Old Mad Painter. Hokusai lived to be 90 years old, and never lost his passion for art. Oh gosh, is that the time? I should be going. I need to get my hands on a curse bearer before daybreak. Sorry for flagging you down out of the blue like that. Best of luck! Okay. Ayami Tono. We learn more about Yutaro Namagaki. So Ayami is a young woman working with Yutaro Namagaki. Her love of Katsushika Hokusai's ukiyo-e is so great that she wishes to resurrect him with the Rite of Resurrection. Ayami is a clever but calculating university student who only has time for her own interests. She is making the best of a recent boom in the popularity of female university students, incited by their appearance across TV commercials and radio programs. Ayami is content to ride this trend so long as it allows her to get her hands on whatever she needs and wants in life. Recently, Ayami has figured out that older men will fall for her if she acts a little bit stupid. She was approached by Yutaro Namagaki in town, and although she was not attracted to him, agreed to date him because his family seemed rich. Of course. However, she does not think of him as a human being, and is beginning to grow bored of their relationship. Jesus. His curse stone was later recovered by Tetsuo Tsutsumi. Yutaro is an elite student at a prestigious university. He lives off the generous allowance he receives from his parents, who are both prominent local figures. Although Yutaro has lived a charmed material life, emotional neglect at home has caused him to develop a spoiled, egotistical streak. The only kindness he knew growing up was from his family's maid, and he still fondly thinks of the plain rice with butter they used to enjoy together. Delicious. Well, there goes trouble. If we're going after curse stones, we should keep an eye on her. 2 if we can. Why do you say that? Before she left, she wished us best of luck. She's got at least an inkling that we're curse bearers. Aye. There's a good chance we'll clash sooner or later. We're after the same thing after all. You head on back to the mansion, ma'am. I think I'll tail her for a while. Okay. Hey, there we go. We beat it. No more curses. Haru has received multiple reports about other suspected curse bearers. Although concerned about Yamatono, who is apparently also after the curse stones, she entrusts Richter to continue his investigation. Oh, we're now at 3 AM. Nice. Back here again. I left Richter to continue looking for curse bearers, and came home alone. We can hear the wind rustling in the trees. Will this really be enough to gather the soul dregs I need? What if nobody uses any more curses? I'll lose my chance to bring him back. The old Shigima mansion, we rebuilt it here after the Great Kanto earthquake. It's always stayed the same all these years. Even the war didn't touch it. I never liked it growing up. I always wanted to live somewhere more modern. Shigima residence. Once a warrior clan with a mansion in Honjo, now a dynasty of police officials, the Shigima family is one of considerable repute. The family estate was originally located some distance from the city, but the Great Kanto earthquake of 1923 forced them to rebuild in a new location. The Shigima mansion was at one time a bustling place where members of the social elite mingled. 1 year ago, however, the head of the house was struck with a sudden melancholy, and ever since their mansion has stood silent as a grave. Okay. Go inside, I'll wait here. Oh. Oh. Oh, that one has cracked. Okay. I'm wondering now what I'm supposed to do, because there's like, I can't do anything further. Alright, I guess back to Tetsuo. I guess. The hunt for curse bearers 2. Tsutsumi and Ereo decide to collect the curse stones as soon as possible before they become the cause of an unprecedented tragedy. The two obtain the foot-washing mansion from Yutaro Namagaki and head to their next destination. Midoriko Park. Okay. Bum 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 bum. I wonder if that's actually Nejima. Excuse me, sorry to bother you, but we have some questions for you. Or it's the teacher noting. It could... I don't know. Let's see. Person of interest. Wait. Very hard to tell because he looks a lot different. Araishi. What? Are you with the police? I haven't done anything. Don't worry, this isn't an interrogation or anything. We just want to talk. You're Hideki Araishi, right? The historian? We know who you are, so this won't take long. But since we saw you here, we'd just like to ask a couple questions. Ah. Hideki is a historian who works part-time as a curator at the local folk museum and as a teacher at Kamagata High School. His recent publication on the Rite of Resurrection has caused a stir in occult circles. Hideki is the quintessential obsessive researcher. Despite being entirely unsuited for teaching, he had no choice but to take up a position at Kamagata High School in order to make ends meet. While having a captive audience in his classes goes some way to satisfying his need for respect and recognition, his conceited nature makes him unpopular among the students. Lately, he is concerned that articles he contributed to purely purely monetary reasons have earned him a reputation as a researcher of the occult, but the surge of interest in the topic and the resulting volume of article requests he is receiving are undeniably tempting. Hideki is a regular at the Kurokikyo Cafe on Hokusai Street, where he can be found outside his work hours writing essays and manuscripts. His published books include A Study of the Unknown and An Introduction to Bando History. Oh. Well, let's get it over with. I'm a busy man. Questioning people like this can put unnecessary stress on them depending on their position. This guy's pretty sharp. I'll have to play it safe and only push him when I see an opening. From appearances, it's hard to imagine this small, bookish, well-spoken man being very dangerous. But in this day and age, you never know. I should be careful. I'm just going to itch my ear real quick. Okay, what were you doing? No, Mr. Araji, what were you doing here at this time of night? Doing research, of course. Day or night, information never sleeps. That's an admirable philosophy. You know, your research has been quite the talk around town. What was it they were saying? You discovered something about the book? About some book? The Record of Fates. Ah, right, you found some kind of ritual in the Record of Fates. What? Don't tell me you want to know how to carry out the rite of resurrection too? To be perfectly honest, I'm tired of people asking me about it all the time. None of you even care about the local history. You just come crawling out of the woodwork when something interesting pops up. Looks like I hit a nerve. If you think you can force me to tell you because you're a policeman, you're sorely mistaken. Well, that's not what I was gonna do. You know. So what were you doing? Was the research you were doing just now also related to the rite of resurrection? Well, yes, that's right. What exactly were you looking for? I have no reason to tell you that, you wouldn't understand anyway. Was the research you were doing just now also related? Well, yes, that's right. Oh. Is that the same? Okay. About his research. Are you doing all this research so you can use the rite of resurrection yourself? You're a policeman, do you really think people can be brought back to life? Everyone I meet. Pitiful. Huh, so you don't believe in the rite? Whether it's real or not has nothing to do with my research. Such things are better left to the occult freaks. Also, I thought. Things changed, and it's become necessary for me to pursue the rite. So now I pray that it is real. What changed? I'm sure you can imagine, the funds for my research. I receive a large amount of funding for seeking the rite of resurrection, and if I find it, I'll receive a sum so great that I'll never have to worry about money again. Oh, so that means someone is sponsoring your research, is that right? So what if they are? You have no idea how hard we work to secure funding for our research. I have no interest in teaching those children. Listen to me, I'll tell you one thing. Those experts you see writing provocative books or spouting nonsense on TV to try and get popular, all of them are just trying to get the money they need to do their research. With how popular the occult is, saying something even remotely spooky can lead to big money. What? But I bought your book. The Pursuit of the Unknown begins first and foremost with belief. I was so inspired by that bit. I do appreciate your patronage. Unfortunately, however, the occult is not my true interest. The fate of the unknown is to be destroyed by thorough research and deep consideration. No way, I can't believe it. You're surprisingly innocent. About the Record of Fates. This Record of Fates, where did you get your hands on it? The storehouse of an old private residence in the city, just as the public was told. I'm unable to be more precise due to an agreement with my informant. Then what kind of research do you want to be doing? I'm sure it wouldn't interest you, but to put it simply, the focus of my research is how historical accounts transform into folklore over the years as they are passed down from generation to generation. What does that mean? Due to human bias, the account of any event is inevitably changed by the person communicating it. This is not necessarily done with ill intentions. It happens when someone tries to fill in the gaps in a story that lacks details, or when something's left out or abridged because of the story's length, or when a story twists and shifts as it's spread through oral tradition. Even when two stories are told about the same event, differences in culture or environments affect how it's told, changing its contents. Silly little things can then turn into terribly mysterious legends. My research is the study of how history, culture, and legend all influence each other. Huh, I see. Take the 7 mysteries of Honjo, for example. Why are some of the mysteries seemingly about nothing particularly interesting? You'd think stories wouldn't last a decade, let alone hundreds of years, so why? Perhaps putting it that way piques your interest. I admit I am curious. So that's what you've been researching all this time. Makes sense. As I said, it does not matter to me whether the right exists or not. If people in the Edo period believed that what was written in the Record of Fates was real, that's all I'm interested in. But I have to be realistic, the research I'd like to do is unfortunately not very lucrative. That's why I need to take some risks. Well, in that case, I think I might have a guess as to what it is you were looking for. Soul drakes. No, I would guess curse stones. What? Damn it. If you know about that, then... Calm down, no need to get so defensive. Show the curse stone. Sure. We both want information, right? Why don't we have a nice friendly chat? A curse stone? You're a curse bearer. A leaf. It's the Evergreen Beach then. Yep, will you show me yours? Ah, it was him. This is mine, the ever-burning lantern. Interesting. I'll tell you this for free. The Evergreen Beach comes from a man who was hanged for spreading false rumours. But the accusations against him were unfounded, and he died cursing those who deceived him. Huh. So that is the resentful memory held within the Evergreen Beach. The memories of the 7 mysteries are truly fascinating. If only I could collect them all. Do whatever you want, but you should know something. This stone of mine lets me curse anyone who tries to mislead me. What? But... So don't try and lie to me. I'll know. You would curse a citizen? And you call yourself an officer of the law? That all depends on you. I don't want to use it if I don't have to. What is it you want? The curse stones are dangerous. I'd like to confiscate yours. Excuse me, but my right. First let me ask you one thing. You haven't used that curse, have you? No, of course I haven't, I swear. I see. Good. Now, why don't you hand over that stone? Unless you'd rather try using it on me instead. Damn it, damn you, I won't give it to you. If I were to say that, what would happen? Would it be a crime? The police are aware of how dangerous the stones are. I could arrest you under Article 1, Section 2 of the Minor Offences Act. Or you hand it over and all you lose is your secret ability. Think of what would happen to all your research if you were arrested. Fine. You can have the stone. Here. Hey! Nice. And now I learn about what it is. Kills by disembowelment, one who finds themselves trapped in the darkness of the curse echo. Oh! That's what that was that I saw. It was a disembodied head. It didn't have a body, though. When Honjo was filled with samurai residences, the spies of the... Is that the shogunate? Shogunate? I don't know how you say it. Lived amongst the townspeople to keep an eye on things. The Sobercart of South Waragesui served as one of their outposts. They would communicate to each other in code by turning the lantern on or off. Tonight at 4 AM meant that someone would be having the last sober of their life, and that their belly would be sliced open the next night. An unfortunate incident occurred in which a man attacked a woman in a bout of fury. He regretted it deeply, even declining to invoke the right to defend his honour, but the deed was done. Still, he could not accept it. His rage at having been used by his daimyo boiled over, turning into a grudge he would never forget. Nearby, he saw a lantern quietly glowing in the night, and when the 6th bell rang, the man cut his own stomach open. Since then, the lantern could be seen alight before the sober cart had opened, and would flicker out suddenly even when there was no wind blowing. As this unsettling phenomenon continued, the rumours surrounding it grew, and soon all were convinced that it was the man who cut open his stomach visiting from beyond. Oh, and he's got a sword in his stomach, I didn't even realise. That's what I don't get, though. I was trapped in the darkness as Shogo. I wasn't trapped in the darkness for long, though. Good choice. I look forward to seeing how your research pans out. Alright, would you tell us everything you know about what's been going on? If you help us out, we'll give you all the information we've gotten after we solve the case. What do you say? In that case, will you tell me about all the resentful memories of the 7 mysteries? I believe they are the key to the secret hidden in the Record of Fates. Sure, why not? I'll learn about them as I collect the curse stones. I have a feeling that Tetsuo is going to be the one that goes through the entire game. Oh, this is where we met Shogo. Well, thanks to you, we learned a lot from him. I wonder, the mysteries and rite are all public information. He kept everything he knows about the other curse bearers, and the source of the curse was of the curse here hidden. I was hoping he'd at least give us a clue about how to beat these curses. Oh, I see. Then we should be more aggressive next time, really make him spit it out. And by we, I mean you. I'm guessing he wants to save this curse. He wouldn't have told us anything, no matter what we asked. But now we know where he hangs out. We can always send someone to for him if need be. Right, got it. I'm surprised to hear that there are actually 9 of the 7 mysteries, though. Yeah, that's 2 extra curse bearers we have to find. We've confiscated 2, so there are 6 more. They could be anywhere in the town. We have to find them fast or they may start using the curses. No, I think we're already too late. Huh? I didn't tell you this, but there were some soul dregs in Namagaki's curse stone. Really? Then he already killed someone with it? It's not much, so it probably wasn't a curse bearer. Shit. Well, we know who did it. We can make arrangements to take him into custody. We'll have Paranormal Affairs pick him up tomorrow. For now, we continue our research. Or our search. Right, on to the next place. We just have to cross them off the list one by one. Oh, but boss? Good to know we can use the Minor Offences Act to arrest people with curse stones. But why didn't we do that with Namagaki? If we could do that, there'd be no need for Paranormal Affairs. What grounds would a normal detective have to put him under arrest? Oh, right. Yeah, I suppose that's true. Oh, that's where we would have bumped into Shogo, I guess. Oh, the next one's... Oh, right. I can't do anything now. I get the feeling that if I start this, it doesn't... It's probably just the same. Yep. 'Tis indeed, so I guess I don't have a choice but to go to the next bit of the story. Ba 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 ba. Boom boom boom. Alright, so on to Spirit... Oh god, this one's gonna be horrible. Spirit Board. Yoko Sakazaki searches for the rite of resurrection, hoping to revive her friend who jumped to her death. To get the information she needs, she meets with her classmate Mio Kurasuzu in their classroom at midnight and attempt using a spirit board. Oh, wonderful. Gotta love this, we're in a school at midnight. That should be everything. Okay, let's start. This is horrible. Ready for this, Yako? I'm ready. Okay, I'm ready. High school student, Yako Sakazaki. I will admit, I do like how her name rolls off the tongue. Yako was a student in Class 2C at Kamagata High School. Unable to comprehend why her childhood friend and classmate Michio Shiraishi committed suicide, she attempted to investigate the incident herself. However, she was unable to make any progress and feeling desperate, invited transfer student Mio Kurosuzu to join her in performing a spirit board ritual. Born and raised in Honjo, Sumida City, Yako's family has owned and operated the beloved candy shop, Senoya, since its establishment in the early Showa era. Despite her modest appearance, Yako is a cheerful and vivacious young woman with a sense of duty and compassion so strong that she is easily moved to tears. She is also a bit quick-tempered and quarrelsome, always prepared to stand up against those who harm her family or friends. It is possible, however, that this readiness to fight is more driven by an innate love of chaos. Yako's winning streak against arrogant boys and scraps since she was a child remains unbroken, and is the source of considerable stress for her mother. Yeah, I'll bet. Files updated. Kamagata High School, a co-educational municipal high school with 632 attendees. Its name is commonly shortened to Koma High. Although it opened as Honjo First Middle School in 1943, subsequent revisions to its enrollment policy saw it change its name, becoming Kamagata High School. The school strives to instill its students with the 3 S's of Sumida: sound morals, social responsibility, and strength of spirit. But success has been limited. Plagued by delinquency, it has been forced to turn to temporary employees to compensate for its high staff turnover, and its sports clubs face challenges with its inner-city location and small campus. Its traditional culture research club is thriving, however, even issuing regular bulletins in collaborations with a local records office. Alright, let's start. This is the spirit board. This is how we'll be communicating. First, we'll both put a finger on the 10 yen coin that's on the board. Like this. Just like that. Relax your fingers as much as you can. Now for the chant, repeat what I say, okay? O Spectre of the Spirit Board, please visit us. Your turn. Scepter. Oh god. Scepter of the Spirit Board, Spectre of the Spirit Board, Spirit of the Spectre Board. Spectre. Oh god. Spectre of the Spirit Board. Spectre of the Spirit Horde, Spectre of the Spirit Board. Please come this way. Please come on over. Please come to me. Please visit us. Spectre of the Spirit Board, Spectre of the Spirit Board, please visit us. Good. Please tell us if you are there. Whoa! Whoa, it really moved. Looks like we succeeded in the summoning. We can ask questions now. Right, questions. Start with a question you know the answer to and see the response. Then when you know your questions are being answered truthfully, you ask what you really want to know. Okay, I'll start with something simple. Okay, so I could just say, what is my name? Because obviously she said Yako. I might go with, what is this girl's name? Because it's less letters. What is this girl's name? Fine, what is the name of the girl across from me? Oh! Mio. Mio? Yeah, see? Even use that weird character you used to spoil your name. How flattering. Psychic Girl, Mio Kurosuzu. Mio transferred to Class 2C at Kamagata High School about 2 months ago. Although she is an extremely mild-mannered young woman, she exudes a somewhat off-putting dark aura which makes it difficult for her to form friendships. Mio has, however, found a friend in her classmate Yaka Sakazaki, and has begun opening up to her little by little. The truth of the matter is that Mio is the apprentice of a famous psychic. Possessing exceptional spirit sense, she takes on the troublesome task of surreptitiously handling spiritual disturbances that break out in schools across Tokyo before they become a problem. She transfers schools frequency as a result, and thus has trouble making human friends. Mio has already solved an incident at Kamagata High School involving a female student possessed by a spirit. Although she takes effort to hide her spirit sense, many develop an impression that Mio has a deep knowledge of the occult and the paranormal upon first meeting her, leading her to be anxious that her secrets have been exposed. The most common comment she receives is that she seems to get along well with crows and black cats, both symbols of bad luck. I bet, even the teachers get it wrong all the time. I guess these paranormal beings just tend to take a liking to you. Huh? I don't know how I should feel about that. Wait, why am I asking all of these? What is my name? I think it should know the answer to this. Oh, Spectre of the Spirit Board, what is my name? Huh? What's the matter? How strange. No. Huh? It told me no. I bet it means it doesn't know. It may be the Spectre of the Spirit Board, but it doesn't know everything. Really? But it knew your name, Mio. Is this spirit really the real deal? Yes. It's fine. I feel like it's giving me attitude. Okay, what is this place? Where are we? Is it just going to spell out school? H-I... High school! Ba-da-da-da-da-da. High school. That's right! The answers don't seem to be very precise. Is it really you? Are you truly the spectre of the spirit board? No. It said no. Is it lying? Not quite. The spectre of the spirit board is just a temporary name we call them when using the board. We're actually calling a spirit with a strong tie to this place or one of the people participating. In other words, a spirit that just happened to be nearby just felt like answering. They don't really think of themselves as the spectre of the spirit board. Oh, really? Huh. Feels like some of the mystique has disappeared. Do you mind if I still call you the spectre of the spirit board? Yes. Okay. Thanks. Always good to remember to say please and thank you. We'll try again. What's my name? What is my name? No. He didn't even hesitate this time. Alright. It's time to try asking serious questions. Yeah. Who does Mio have a crush on? Michio's cause of death. Okay, here I go. I'll be serious now. Yes, please. Inspector of the Spirit Board. Did Michio Shiraishi in our class, who died by committing suicide by jumping 1 week ago, really commit suicide? Or was she pushed? So it really wasn't. I'm not surprised. I never believed it from the start. Now the important part. Yeah. Ooh. Oh, is this Mio? Or Michio? Michio was a second-year student at Komagata High School. She was found deceased 1 week ago in a back alley off South Warigesui Street, her entire body broken and severely contorted. Police determined that Michio committed suicide by jumping from a nearby apartment building. As there was no suicide note, the police based their conclusion on interviews with Michio's peers. Michio was an honor student with a good head on her shoulders and consistently excellent grades, making her a favourite among the teachers. Although she appeared somewhat reserved, she had a positive outlook on life and a courageous spirit. Michio and Yako formed a long-lasting friendship during childhood, with Yako's unbending, uncompromising attitude deeply influencing Michio. However, beneath her strong exterior, Michio had been pushing herself too hard and keeping her emotions bottled up to the point where they risked overflowing. Following her father's death 3 years ago and moving to a new house, Michio began avoiding Yako. Although the two remained in the same area of town and attended the same high school, they gradually grew further apart. Yako herself worried for her childhood friend, but incapable of wading into complexities in Michio's home life, kept a distance. The days passed, and though Michio longed to confess everything to Yako, the moment to do so never came. Michio carried an old talisman and memento of her father with her at all times. So, what was her cause of death? Did Michio Shiraishi die in an accident? It said yes. So it was an accident and not a suicide. Michio. Then did she slip and fall from that apartment building? She was pushed. She didn't. What do you mean? Michio didn't die falling from the apartment building. Oh, unless she was murdered and then threw off the building. No way. If that were true, then why was she lying on the ground like that in the back alley of the apartment building? It was an accident, but not a fall. What happened to Michio on that day? Oh. Seems like it doesn't know the details. Where is the Rite of Resurrection? Then how about, oh, Spectre of the Spirit Board, we want to use that Rite of Resurrection to bring Michio back to life. Oh god, the music's gone. Do you know where the Rite of Resurrection is? Under the table. I wonder. Uh-oh. Oh god. Huh? Oh god. Dick. What is this? Stop. I'm scared, Mio. Calm down, you can't let go before it's over. Whoa! Stop. I can hear it. The procession. Please stop, it hurts. I really like the music that plays when this, like, triggers. A fool's procession, those who hear it shall fall into the depths of hell. Kill them. Those who hear this sound, kill them all. You have acquired the power of the Cursed Stone, the Fool's Procession. You can use it to kill those who hear the sound produced by the Cursed Echo for more than 30 seconds. The effect will be negated if you are seen in that time. Oh. Use the curse button to produce the sound. The Fool's Procession. Killed by fatal fall. One who hears its music for 30 seconds without seeing the curse bearer. That sounds terrible. So Honjo stood atop the tall festival tower. It was her time to shine, and she was ecstatic. It had been years since she joined the troupe, but she had yet to enjoy her day in the spotlight. She wasn't particularly pretty, nor was she all that talented. As a gossip and a loudmouth, she wasn't well liked by her peers. Some of the other girls thought of her as a teacher's pet and bullied her. I don't care about them, she thought. I'll use this chance to make something of myself. Everything was perfect. She wore a beautiful kimono and an akame mask over her face. The stage was set. The accompaniment began. She danced with everything she had. Applause rained down upon her from the crowd. Her breathing hastened with excitement. I've got to catch my breath. That's strange. I can't take my mask off. The smell of glue assaulted her nostrils. So that's how it is. I knew it was too good to be true. Her screams were drowned out by the music as she squirmed and struggled. Honjo was giving it her all today. We have to keep up. The crowd livened even more. No, please, someone help me. She fell from the tower writhing in pain as she begged those around her for help. The music stopped in time with Honjo's heart. My god. Yeah. Like a thick black fog. Tar. Now, kill. The only person that has not made sense with has been Tetsuo, because he does not seem to actually desire the right. Wait a minute. Oh, I thought that changed. He doesn't seem to desire the right. As far as I can tell, anyway. Two things to remember. The information they gained from the spirit board suggests that Michio's death was not a suicide. When they continue to press the spirit board for the location of the right, a curse echo suddenly appears. Alright. Oh. Hey, did you hear someone from our school commit suicide? What, really? Who? I heard that Michio from Class C, right? No way. Michio? She's been acting pretty strangely lately, but I still can't believe it. Did you hear about Michio in Class C1? Class C? Jeez. Yeah, she seemed like the stereotypical honor student in her first year, but she stopped showing up to class and her grades started dropping after her third semester. So she offed herself because her grades were bad. No fair. Just thinking about practice tests makes me want to die too. All anyone cares about is test scores or something, is what that said, I think. Did you know I heard Michio's mom remarried last year? They say her new stepdad is a total jerk. Really? How so? Like he'd peek on her while she changes and couldn't keep his hands off her. Oh god. I even heard he's an ex-con. If you resist him, he gets violent. That's so scary. No way, I couldn't take that. I'd probably think about killing myself too if I had to deal with someone like that at home. You hear about suicides on the news, but for it to happen here, it's a little scary. By the way, isn't there a girl who transferred into Class C recently? Oh, the one about Mio. Oh, I heard about her. She's gloomy, doesn't stand out much. Did you know that the school she was at before she transferred also had a suicide? Well, for real? That seems like kinda fishy. Oh. 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 Look who it is. There might be some of you who already know, but a member of our class, Michio Shiraishi, passed away last night. Okay, calm down. I know this comes as a surprise, but please, keep quiet. The cause of death is still under investigation, and there's nothing we know for certain at the moment. Detailed investigation reports will come from the police, so please don't go spreading any rumours. Got it? We're sending everyone home for today. No dilly-dallying on your way. School will be off tomorrow as well. Hey you, stop celebrating. Show some respect. Jesus. There'll be a memorial service scheduled next week at the school assembly. If anyone wishes to pay their respects individually... Several days later. Yako? Sorry to bug you. It's just, you seem a little different from your usual self. I hope I'm not being nosy. Thank you, Kurasuzu. Ooh, I'll just say thanks, Mio. But, thanks, Mio. Was I acting that strangely? Yeah, enough to make me worry. If you want to talk, I'm happy to listen. Yeah, this is perfect timing. There's actually something I want to ask you. Yeah? Spectre of the Spirit Board. You know that Spirit Board thing that everyone's been doing? Where you summon a spirit and ask it whatever you want? Oh yeah, I know it. I want to try it out. There's something I want to know. Why are you telling me this? I mean, you seem like the type to know about this stuff. Oh, I do? Yeah, you look like you're really into that occult stuff, you know, you've got that kind of gloomy look. Huh, I don't know how you feel about that. But you do know how to do it, right? Oh yes, I think I probably know a little more than most. Okay, please help me, you're my only hope. Hey Mio, you know about the Rite of Resurrection, right? Yeah, it's that thing Mr. Araishi apparently discovered and wrote an article about. I doubt there's many people who don't know, he's always talking about it. Do you believe it's real? Huh? Well, it sounds a little too good to be true to me. But on the off chance that it really works, we could bring Michio back to life with it. I want to find it if there's even the slightest chance of bringing Michio back. But how will you look for it? Right, that's the thing. That must be the last thing we select. Michio, I wonder why she had to die. She didn't leave a note or anything, but they announced that it was a suicide. That can't be right, she would never kill herself. Michio was so happy and always looked on the bright side of things. She loved coming to school. I know she was going through some hard times, but for her to kill herself? I never got a chance to speak with her. She was often absent from school, and when she did come in, she looked depressed. You're right. And that's why everyone was so willing to accept that she committed suicide. They acted like they cared, but all they did was gossip about it. They put together little pieces of information and spread rumours like it's the truth. Isn't that terrible? Yes, it is. I've heard some that are really awful. In the end, the only reason they're able to say stuff like that is because they aren't personally involved. It's true that she didn't get along with her new stepdad and that her grades went down. But to say like, how sad, no wonder she killed herself, how dare they? She always told me she was okay whenever I talked with her because I was worried. She would have told me if there was something bothering her so badly she'd kill herself over it. I won't let Michio's death be written off like this. Like, maybe she got caught up in something bad. Something bad? People have been talking about that body found in former Yasuda Gardens, right? Some are saying that this town is cursed or something. Yeah, there has been a strange feeling around it. Around things recently. The thing you want to ask, is it... Yeah, I want to know the truth about the truth behind Michio's death. Where the Rite of Resurrection is hidden. I see. I don't know if getting the answer to those questions will be as easy as you hope. Please, the teachers and police aren't any help, and there's only so much I can do alone. If there's even the slightest chance, then... Well... Okay, if that'd make you feel better, then I'll help. Yes, thank you, Mio. Okay, then tomorrow after dark. Ah, and now it brings us to now, where we're... cursed. Files updated! Oh, Michio Shiraishi. Body discovered a week ago, died from full-body blunt force trauma in an alley off South Street. Believed to have fallen from the roof of a nearby apartment complex. Potential motives. The deceased's parents had recently remarried and rumours among the students suggest physical abuse by her stepfather. May constitute motive for suicide. Potentially. Alright, we're back here in 12 AM. Am I still cursed? Oh, hi. Huh? Ah, are you awake, Yako? Yeah, what happened? You can't remember? Let's see, we used the spirit board and... I suddenly heard something like this weird voice. And then I passed out? Yeah, as far as I can tell, you weren't experiencing any negative effects. I think it was just a mild shock from how sudden it was. Huh. Was everything okay with the spirit? Yep, it was almost bad, but I got it to leave. More importantly, what is that thing you have in your hand? In my hand? It's my curse stone! Whoa, what the heck is this? It looks so freaky. When did I get this? Oh, there's so much anger and hatred held within it. It looks like tools that were used for ancient curses. What? That's so scary. Yako, you just said you heard a strange voice, right? Would you tell me what you heard? Anything you can recall. I think it might be connected to that object. Let's see. It felt like I was at the bottom of a dark place, then this voice felt like it was echoing in my mind. After that, it just kept shouting, "Kill them." I see. Thank you. Yako? I think you may have exactly what you need in order to use the Rite of Resurrection. A curse with the power to take people's lives and turn them into soul dregs. What? You mean this is a real curse? I know I said I wanted to use the Rite of Resurrection to bring back Michio, but why? Why me? It makes no sense. Yako, please calm down and listen. Yeah. I'm sorry about panicking. No, it's okay. Fear is something we feel in the face of the unknown. Long ago, people would give names to phenomena they couldn't understand in order to live with them. However, modern-day developments in science and culture have pushed for the rejection of things that can't be measured, and so the paranormal has been treated like it doesn't exist. But they've been around since a long, long time ago. If you just understand, you can see that there's nothing to be afraid of. First, calming down is the most important. Accept reality for what it is. Huh. I only really gave this stuff a shot because it was popular, but... You really do have a connection with this stuff, don't you? Well, I suppose to an extent. Hey Mia, what do I do? Where do I start? Am I cursed? Am I gonna die? It's okay, I'll take care of the curse. That's why I'm here in the first place. What? Trust me. I'll take care of things. It'll be alright. Thanks. I was the one who dragged you along to do the spirit board. It's fine. You're desperate to find a way to try to help your friend. But spirit boards are dangerous. You have to take them seriously. So I'm glad you invited me. Alright, let's review everything we've learned so far and think of how to move forward. Okay. What is this curse? Am I cursed? Well, I've only looked into it a little, but I wouldn't quite say you're cursed. It's more like you've gained the ability to use the power of a curse. So there shouldn't be any kind of negative paranormal effects on you. The power to use a curse. Do you mean this curse stone? Yes, if the curse stone is used under certain conditions, a curse will be placed on someone, taking their life and turning it into soul dregs. Soul dregs are said to be required to enact the Rite of Resurrection. Normally a curse is a spell that would only be usable by onmyoji of considerable talent. I believe that curse stone makes it so that even normal people can use it. So someone like me with no knowledge could curse someone. Yes, but it's still nothing to take lightly. You could end up having it redirected right at you. To tell you the truth, something unusual did happen while we were using the spirit board. It happened right around midnight, I think. This whole area seemed to be under the effect of the Feast of Shadows. The Feast of Shadows? Yeah, it's a type of spell that temporarily boosts the potency of the supernatural. It also has the effect of making the powers of certain curse echoes manifest more easily. Judging by its strength, I'd say it probably covers about 3 to 4 kilometer radius. 3 to 4 kilometers, that's big enough to cover all of Sumida City. Yes, I think the Feast of Shadows was used to cause the resentment lingering in the area to manifest as curse stones. Someone did this. But who? I don't know enough to say. But it's likely that it was done by someone who wants to uncover the Rite of Resurrection. This isn't something to happen naturally. I see. Oh. The Feast of Shadows, a technique that allows one to create a field that temporarily boosts spiritual energy. In addition to amplifying the spiritual power of a particular area, it can also be used to amplify the strength of grudges and desires tied to the area. The effectiveness of the Feast of Shadows is dependent on the ability of the user, but it's possible to limit the scope and range of the spell to such a degree that one could use it to amplify the power of even those not naturally gifted with spirit sense. A curse stone's powers can only be used in this area under the influence of the Feast of Shadows. The effects also only appear after the sun has set. By setting a limit on when they can be used, the curses are strengthened. So the curses can't be used outside its area or during the day. Correct, but speaking of limits, to actually use a curse to kill someone, it seems there are conditions that need to be met. Conditions? You mean like how my curse echo needs someone to listen to the sound it makes for 30 seconds? To be honest, I don't really understand it. Like, how do I even summon the curse echo or make the sound? Do I just, like, will it? Do you mind if I try? Stop. You shouldn't be using the curses so willy-nilly. Even if there are conditions that have to be met, the power to kill someone without leaving behind evidence is dangerous enough. In that sense, maybe you really have been cursed. I'm sorry that you got wrapped up in this situation even though I'm here with you. That curse stone, I think whoever holds it becomes a curse bearer. It would probably be best for me to hold onto it, but then I'd feel bad about forcing it on you. No, I sense a powerful force rejecting me. I don't think I'd be able to take it. Really? Why? If we try separating it from you, the curse may trigger. That's how bad I sense it wants to stay with you. No way. That curse stone might look like nothing more than an old Nitsuke carving, but I can sense a powerful, resentful energy from it. I don't think it's a good idea for me to even touch it. I may seem like I know what I'm doing, but I don't know how to handle something this powerful. Really? This little thing? If you threw it away and someone with bad ideas picked it up, it could be bad. I think it'd be safer to avoid the risk of getting anyone else involved, and have you hold on to it for now. Well, now I'm kind of freaked out. Anyways, we need to make it to daybreak. I think the curse should weaken once it's morning. I'll help you find a way to deal with it then. Okay, so there are two things you should remember. First, do not fulfill the conditions while it's night. Second, should you happen to fulfill the conditions, don't use the curse. Right. The mysterious voice said that the curse stone is called the Fool's Procession, right? Yeah, that's what the 7 Mysteries of Honjo. Oh, that's from the 7 Mysteries of Honjo. Our school is said to be connected with a story with the same name, one of the mysteries. Right. I don't think it's a coincidence. This is just a guess, but it's possible that you were chosen because it could feel your desire for the rite of resurrection. Possibly. If this is a curse of the 7 Mysteries of Honjo, then it's possible that there are others who received curses associated with the other mysteries. Yeah, that voice also said that there are other curse bearers or whatever you called them. Not only that, apparently you can get a lot of soul drakes by killing a curse bearer. Right, that's certainly not good. Even if we have no intention of killing others with the curse, there's a chance you may be targeted if other curse bearers find us. We'll have to avoid anyone who has another one of the curses. That means we should avoid people at night as much as possible. But Mio, yes? If this curse is real, that means I could bring back Michio if I used it, right? The Rite of Resurrection would be real too. Yes, that's true. But you can't do that, Yako. But it feels like it's not the time to worry about that kind of stuff. If Michio died in an accident, then I'm sure she didn't want to die. What's the issue with putting a little curse on a complete stranger? I sort of feel like it wouldn't be a big deal. What's going on with you? You're not acting like yourself, Yako. You would never even consider taking the life of another person. Is it the curse's influence on you? Maybe the curse echo's grudge is rubbing off on you. Whoa! Would you show it to me for a second? Or show me it for a second? Is there something inside it? No, stop. Yago? Oh, I'm sorry. But it's like, I just suddenly really didn't want you to touch it. I understand. I'm sorry. But you need to give up on the Rite of Resurrection. What? Because that's the real curse. Using resurrection as a lure, it tempts curse bearers into using their curses. You have to resist it. Don't let yourself be deceived by some curse. That is true. But Michio could... Yeah, it's true, there's no guarantee that it actually works. So, you know. I think for tonight we should get you home to rest. I'll walk you. The curse's influence should subside in the morning. Okay. I'm sorry, but I'm telling you that you need to give up on the rite. It's beyond us, even a single curse stone alone is too much to handle. Bringing back the dead isn't something so simple. I know how much it hurts, but please, focus on just worrying about surviving tonight. Even now, we're in great danger. Okay, let's get going then, shall we? We'll take the same route we took to get here. Right. We'll be fine, right? There's no one else at school, is there? I think so. The night shift janitor shouldn't be patrolling this late at night either. Whoa! What? Why'd the lights go out? Mio, are you okay? Hello? Mio? I can't see her. She's not here. What's happening? Where are you? Ugh! Oh! Well, there's a hand. Jesus. Oh no, oh no, oh no. What was that? Get me out of here. Mio, where are you? Yako, I'm here. Over here, can't you see me? Where? I can't see anything. Oh, there you are. Oof. There you are, Mio. This way, over here. Be careful, your field of vision is being limited. Right. What on earth? I mean, I figured it was going to be a jump scare when I looked behind me and I saw a hand. Escape from Komagata High. After Yako acquires the Curse of the Fool's procession, Mio tries to persuade her to give up on going after the Rite of Resurrection. The effects of the other curse echoes are already appearing at the school, so the two hurry to get out of the classroom. Bam 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 bam. Hey Mia, what was that just now? Could it be another curse echo different from mine? I think so, yes. We may have been discovered by another curse bearer. Oh. What's wrong? Shh. Someone's there in that classroom. What? Something moved inside. Well? Check it out stealthily. Yeah. It might be the curse bearer who used that curse echo just now. If we can see who it is, it might help us decide what to do later. That's true. Okay, be careful. Da-na-na-na. Well, can you see anything? Try and get a look around. Oh! It's that teacher! He's a curse bearer. I don't know who that is, though. Huh? Is that our homeroom teacher, Mr. Januji? And the person with him is Hitomi from Class A. What? Oh my, what is going on here? That bastard! He's at it again! I have to kill him. I won't let him get away with this. What? The curse, I could kill him with it. No, Yoko, you can't use the curse stone. What's gone into you? Resist it. Who's there? Is someone there? This is bad, we have to go before they see us. How would they not have seen us when we're shouting? That bastard! He was seen alone with Hitomi Okuda in a classroom late at night by Yoko and Mio. I think I already read, though. He largely looks down, believing that... I think. I don't know if I ever read this, actually. Kohei was an honor student and top of his class back in his high school days. The apple of his parents' eye, he was placed under immense pressure to attend a first-rate university. The family's plans came to naught, however, when the pressure caused Kohei to sink into a deep depression and fail his entrance exams. Even at the university he was able to enter, Kohei struggled to keep up with his classes, leaving him a vain but wounded young man. Kohei never aspired to be a teacher, but figured it was the least he could do with his talents. He considers his students to be beneath him and largely looks down on them all. Hitomi Okuda. Hitomi is a rebellious student in Class 2A at Komagata High School. On the rare occasions when she does show up to school, she skips all her classes and spends time hanging out on the rooftop with her fellow troublemakers. Hitomi is regarded by the teachers as one of the worst offenders among the delinquent students attending Komagata High School. Hitomi was a fairly ordinary student when she started high school. However, trouble at home in her first year had her take a turn for the worse. She began associating with a group of delinquents from other schools with whom she'd wander around town at night to avoid returning home. Warnings from teachers about dress code and conduct violations have fallen on deaf ears, with Hitomi going on reactionary rampages around school with her friends, breaking windows and disrupting classes. Recently, some teachers have taken to using harsher measures and even corporal punishment to correct Hitomi's behavior. Wow, I can't speak. Hitomi's behavior, but this has only served to exacerbate the animosity between Hitomi and the school. Hitomi is widely regarded as the leader of the troublemakers at Komagata High School, but the title does not mean much to her. Alright. Cool. Very nice. It seems like they're not coming after us. Let's hope they didn't see our faces. But Yako, what came over you all of a sudden? Sorry, thanks for stopping me. It's like this uncontrollable rage suddenly welled up inside me. I wonder what's gotten into me. I can barely even remember what happened. I'm really sorry. I do think it's partly the curse's influence on you, but we certainly saw something shocking. My heart's still pounding. I'm a little surprised you know Hitomi from Class A. She tends to stand out a lot. Gotcha. Well, she certainly does dress like a delinquent, though she barely shows up to school. Oh! Oh god! But could Mr. Janucci or Hitomi really be a curse bearer? I don't know, but we should be careful just in case. Yako? When I give the signal, run. Go straight for the entrance, don't look back, no matter what. Huh? Why? Did something happen? How can you not hear it? Something happened, didn't it? What about you, Mio? I'll be fine. We'll meet up outside the school gates. If I'm not there in 10 minutes, go straight home, okay? Okay, go. Right. Don't look back, don't look back. What on earth? Oh dear, that didn't sound good. I have to get outside. Let's see. To get to the gates, I go by the gym and... Oh! Jesus. What are you doing here, miss? You shouldn't be here this late. Don't you know what time it is? Oh, Mr. Ashimiya. Well, if it isn't little Yako. Anyway, students ain't supposed to be outside playing around at night. Makoto Ashimiya. Oh, he's the janitor. Okay. Makoto is the janitor at Komagata High School. His predecessor was nearing retirement, so he began working as his replacement about 6 months ago. Makoto is popular among the students for his friendly and caring nature, going so far as to remember the names and faces of all those attending the school. He is affectionately known as Old Man Ashimiya. Although he appears to be a simple, amiable man, Makoto's occasional shrewd remarks have led to speculation among students that he may have led a far more interesting life than it seems. Whatever the truth may be, he'll be remembered as one of the 7 mysteries of Komagata High School for some time to come. I know you're rough around the edges, but I didn't take you for one to act out like this. I'm sorry, I forgot something back in the classroom. No sass today, huh? Realised you were in the wrong, did you? Yes. Forgot something in your classroom, huh? You're a piece of work. But you don't have nothing with you? Oh. Wait, you do? What's that in your hand? Huh? Well, this is what I forgot. I, got it from my grandpa. It's really important to me. Huh. Girls these days sure have weird tastes. Okay, better head straight home if you're done. I won't tell on you. No, wait. I can't let you walk home alone this late. Alright, wait just a little. I'll hurry and lock things up. But... Go home alone without checking on Mio? Kind of worried. Actually, a friend of mine is still inside. I think they'll be here soon. That so? Who's your friend? My classmate, Mio Kurosuzu. Ah, that transfer student. Breaking school rules already, huh? Didn't take her for the type. No, I was the one who dragged her here. Oh, whatever. I'll go take a look. It'll be safer if you go home together. Oh, right. She's in the first floor hallways. Be careful, though. You don't know what may be there. What's that supposed to mean? First floor, yeah? I'll be right back. I get the feeling that now he is also not coming back. It's been half an hour and he hasn't returned. Ah, dear. She's late. I've been waiting for 20 or 30 minutes, but there's no sign of her. I'm starting to get worried. I'm going to take a look. Mio, are you there? And the question is whether I've died. Oh no, that's a blood pool. Blood puddle! Huh? I don't want to look up. Oh, she is dead. Oh god. She's missing a leg and an arm. Oh, that's the one reed. Oh, Jesus. Oh, I'm screwed. Mia, what happened? Yeah, I'm dead. Where did I go wrong this time? Oh, this is my fault. It's all my fault. It don't matter, because I think I'm screwed. I left her alone with the curse bearer. I'm sorry. I died. Yako Sakazaki, deceased. Do I still get to choose? Try again. Whoops. My. Yeah, okay, cool. There is someone who must not be trusted. That sounds familiar, doesn't it? If so, you may choose to withhold important information from that person. If not, you may try as many times as you like. Yeah. So yeah, that's the one read. I wonder if that's Araishi's curse bearer then. Hmm? Okay. I'll go home. Bye. Alright, Mr. Janucci was actually looking for you inside the main building. Was that? He's here right now? What's he thinking? I don't know, he was in Class 3B on the second floor just a bit ago. Well, I suppose that means I can't be locking up yet. Second floor, you said? I'll go take a peek. Be back in a jiff. My house is really close by. I'll be fine on my own. Really. That so? Ah, the snack shop, right? Suppose you'll be fine then. Be careful now, you hear? Stay on the big well-lit streets. If something happens, shout fire. Okay, you worry too much. Well, we wouldn't want to be losing any more students. Though I imagine you'd know better than that. That better than anyone. Yeah, you're right. So the question now is Mio still dead? Is that even... Hang on a minute. No. I didn't want to do that. The one read. One-sided read. Yeah, isn't that the one? Oh, I don't know. It's definitely that, because she was missing an arm and a leg. But we haven't actually got the curse stone, so it's not showing the spirit. Oh. The front gates. Mio's late. Been waiting for 20 or 30 minutes, but there's no sign of her. Huh? There's someone coming down the road. Uh-oh. Araishi! Oh, I said Araishi. I meant Janucci, the teacher. Oh no, a teacher. It's Mr. Araishi. He looks on edge. I wonder what he's doing. Wait, he's the one who discovered the Rite of Resurrection. It wouldn't be strange for him to be involved with the curses. I wonder if he has a curse stone. What do? It's way past the 10 minutes Mio said she'd be here by. I managed to escape. I can't let that go to waste. I need to get out of here before anyone sees me. I do hope Mio didn't die. That'd suck. Yeah, Mio dying to save us, I guess. We made it to Yako's home. I'm home. Thank goodness. I don't think the walk has ever felt so long. Nobody will be able to use their curse once it's light outside. I need to go look for Mio as soon as it's morning. But for now, I need some rest. Yay! Aha! The structure of this game is actually pretty cool. Yeah, because this was locked because it's like late. A threatening phone call. Not bad. After persuading Araishi, the curse bearer of the ever-burning lantern, to give up his stone, Satsumi and Ario have obtained 3 curse stones in total. They continue their investigation of the town in search of the remaining curse bearers. Let's go. 4 AM. Damn. Alright. Road. Well, with this, we'll have visited every place connected to the 7 mysteries. This is the last spot, huh? And we got nothing to show for it. Even though every last location looks suspect from top to bottom. Maybe we came at the wrong time. There may not have been any curse bearers around. Sounds like we'll need to do another round before morning comes in. Or maybe someone's been observing our movements. What? No way. It's just a thought. Either way, we should check out this last place. Let's hope we finally get a lead. Kinshibari Park! Hey, we're here again. I wonder if we'll bump into Shogo and Yoko. Or just Yoko. Oh, yeah, we do. He died. Whoa, 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 what the hell is this? Is he dead? Damn it, we were too late. Was this a curse too? Hang on, I'm calling this in. I'll leave it to you. I've got to take a look around. So yeah, I guess what was canon is that Shogo dies and Yoko goes home. Boss, bad news. What is it? Another mysterious death was reported in the area just now. The medical unit and forensics team are on their way, but it'll be a while before they arrive. Ah, this is bad news. So they got someone else. You think this is the work of the curse bearer? With suspicious deaths popping up one after another, yet we have to assume it is. Shit. Guess we'll be stuck waiting around for a while. Oh, I can't talk to you? Huh? Boss, that phone is ringing. He seems distracted by the phone. Boss, the phone. What about it? It's ringing. It sure is. Aren't you gonna pick it up? Oh, why would I? Why wouldn't you? It's super suspicious. A young man in his 20s killed in cold blood. He's definitely dead, but I can't quite discern the cause from what I've seen. There are no obvious external wounds, but what is that leaking from his mouth? Water? He drowned. Wait a little longer. Alright. Well, we better go check it out. You're right. But be careful, it could be a curse. Hey, I said we. You expect me to go alone? You're the one who's tough against this stuff. Don't worry, boss, you can do it. Go on now. Damn it. You got this, boss. Wait, this is called a threatening phone call, so... hello? Kinshibori Park phone booth? Evening, Detective Satsumi. How are things looking out there? Who's this? I finally got him, the real deal, Detective Tetsuo Satsumi himself. Oh wait, that's Chief Inspector Satsumi now, isn't it? You've come a long way since we last met. I asked you to identify yourself. Man, have you forgotten already, after all the time we spent together? What time that was, as I recall, I gave you quite the runaround. Wait, is this? Fumichika Nejima? What? Did you say Fumichika Nejima? Like the one from the Nejima murders? Ding ding ding! You got it. I had a feeling that the great Chief Satsumi would remember me. I spent 20 long years in a cell thanks to you. That shit was not easy. Should be thanking me. Should have given you plenty of time to think and atone for your sins. That it did. I've repented. My conscience is clean as a whistle. Bullshit. 20 years in prison doesn't even begin to make up for the shit you did. I don't know about that. After all, the justice system was gracious enough to grant me parole. What? If this is the real Fumichika Nejima, he must still have a grudge against me for arresting him. So is this payback? Damn it. What's your goal? Now, you gotta understand. I've repented, seen the light. I've been a good boy since I was granted parole. I even got myself a job. I've been real serious about walking the right path. Well, that's very nice, keep it up. But it was no good. When the opportunity arose, it was impossible to hold myself back. I knew I had to give you a little token of thanks, or I'd never truly be able to have a fresh start. Do you get what I'm saying? No thanks, I don't need anything. No need to do all that for me, just try and live a quiet life. No, it's no hassle at all. It'll be all too easy to just kill you to tear you apart. But that wouldn't be very satisfying. Certainly not after 20 fucking years of waiting. That's a long time to nurture a grudge. You fucking bet it is. I let it gnaw at me, grow inside of me. I thought nothing of it. I thought of nothing else. All that time I played model prisoner, endured the harassment those asshole guards threw at me. And I did it all for you, Satsumi. So please, just accept my deepest and most sincere feelings. Sorry, but I'm afraid I don't feel the same way about you. Shut the fuck up. That attitude of yours is why I'm saving you for last. How do you know where I am? That's my favourite part, the sound of confusion in your voice. It's to die for. This is delicious. I can't get enough. I'm not telling you shit. Have fun racking your tiny little brain for it. What are you planning? Whatever it is, bring it on. I'm not running away. I just told you I'm not coming for you yet. Pay attention when people talk, shithead. You see, this time I want to see you on your knees, weeping in despair, begging me for mercy. Oh no, I'm so sorry, dear Nejima. Please forgive me, I won't do it again. Shut the fuck up. This is exactly why I've always hated you for so fucking much. It was worth a shot. Do you really think that would save me, asshole? You must be crazy. Well then, we're both crazy. We've got so much in common. We should be friends. Enjoy cracking your jokes while you still can. I'm gonna kill everyone you care about, one by one, till there's no one left. Sorry to disappoint, but I'm a lone wolf, and I don't have anyone like that in my life. Boss, what about me? Oh wait, are you just trying to protect me? There's not a single person you care about? I wonder what your sweet daughter would think if she were to hear that. Don't you fucking dare, I'm warning you. Ooh, very nice, this is more like it. She's living all on her own now, isn't she? Attending university and all, such a good girl. Oh my, don't tell me that she just happens to live in Honjo. Huh, she does? No, forget it, this isn't funny, asshole, I'm gonna find you and make you pay. I love it, keep going, I want to hear you lose your mind, it's music to my ears. Fuck you. I look forward to chopping up your precious daughter, it'll be just like old times. I won't let that happen. I guess I could give you a little hint. Go on. Well, you see... I have the one-sided read. He's at the school. Tsutsumi, you have the Evergreen Beach, no? Nejima, you're a curse bearer? You're using the power of a curse. Indeed, and what a peculiar curse it is. But that's where my hint ends. God damn it, the curse echo couldn't have fallen into worse hands. Oh, one more thing we should discuss. In fact, it's the most important thing. I thought you were finally going to shut up. I'm already sick of you, so I'll pass. Hope you don't want to miss this, it's the main course. I could just go after your daughter, but something tells me you'd get bored. No, I'm good. You got me real fired up. You're in my head. Well done. But this is a gift tailor-made for you. I'm going to kill all the people you've sought to protect, every last person living here. You couldn't. Oh, but with this curse of mine, I can. I'll give you until dusk. By then, I could probably get a couple hundred people or so. And it'll be all your fault. Oh, it must be so hard to know they'll all die because of you. So tragic. It must be tearing you apart. Don't fuck with me. There's no way an amateur like you could pull off a curse that strong. Unfortunately for you, I absolutely can. My curse stone is a particularly strong one, which means I can have my fun without needing to hold back one bit. It's almost like the Feast of Shadows was cast just for me. You're surprisingly well informed about this. Who was it that tipped you off? Who knows? And how about I kill myself first and ruin all your fun? How about that, asshole? Idiot, you think I'd call it off just because you were dead? There's no running away for you. I'll find you. I won't let you get away with this, Nejima. You've got 12 hours. Do you really think your paltry little organisation will be able to help make a dent in my plans? Oh, the sacrifice. Sacrifices made will be heavy. I can't wait to see you sobbing with regret. I'll even have enough soul dregs to pull off the rite of resurrection. How splendid. Wait, Nejima, you're after the... Anyway, see you around. Bye-bye now. I'm wondering who the hell he is. Unless it's a character we've not actually come across. Boss. Ario, did you catch all that? Nejima, what is he planning? Who knows, for now we need to find him and get him into custody, said word to HQ. But the fact that the 7 mysteries are wrapped up in this is going to make things tricky. You mean with Nejima being a curse bearer? Just our luck really, it couldn't have been a worse guy. Sounds like his curse will be able to kill a lot of people at once. I'd like to avoid getting our investigators caught in the crossfire. We'll use them to find out where he is, but then we're going in alone. We should try to collect as many curse stones as we can before then. Let's hurry. Aye aye, boss. Later. It was reported that a total of 3 suspicious deaths were discovered that night. Nejima's threats along with the curses were kept secret from the general public. However, the Honjo serial killing still made international headlines following the death of police officer Hajime Yoshimi. At Tsutsumi request, a large-scale investigation was launched into Fumichika Nejima's whereabouts. Tsutsumi and Area themselves spent the rest of the night looking for curse bearers in the area, but their search ended in vain. And with that, the curtain closed on that cursed night. 12 hours to sunset. Oh, damn. Hey, she's alive! Oh, Hitomi's help. Oh. No, that looks like Mio, so I guess Mio survived. Oh, failure to escape. A successful getaway. I guess we'll do sorting things out. So Hajime Yoshimi's death, Nejima's threat of mass murder, the problems just pile up, putting the detective's goals of collecting all the curse stones in jeopardy. Tsutsumi leaves Ario to handle the investigation while he catches a quick break. Sorting things out. Sorry for the wait, boss, but I managed to gather some information. Took you long enough. Ugh. Forensics has finished their investigation, and the body's been carried away. That said, we're still closing the park to the public, at least for the time being. This place was really giving me the creeps last night, but it looks pretty normal now with the sun out. He's been up all night gathering information. Must be nice to be young and have that kind of energy, but I'm glad to have him on my side. He gave me a chance to rest up. I can't even look all the way around. Things at the station were pretty hectic, but I managed to get some info. Let me fill you in. Thanks, the floor's yours. Serial killings. A total of 3 mysterious deaths were confirmed in the area, including the one in this park. So let's start with that one, the young man we found here. He's been identified as Shogo Okie, a 25-year-old regular. 25 years old, a regular old office worker who worked around here. He died of asphyxiation due to water in the lungs. He drowned. He drowned in the middle of the park? That's not possible. It's got to be a curse we're dealing with. Here, about that, boss. Isn't this park associated with one of those 7 mysteries too? Yes, the Whispering Canal. That's right, the Whispering Canal. It does seem like there'd be a link between the canal and death by drowning, don't you think? Sharp thinking, Ario. You're starting to get the hang of this. So let's assume they're related. What's next? Before that, the body of a woman was found behind a residential complex in Kamazawa. The victim has been identified as Tawako Hayashi, 29 years old. She was an office worker who lived on her own in the area. As for the cause of death, well, yes. The entire body was crushed by some kind of strong external force. No murder weapon was discovered in the area, but considering the way she was found, we're looking for something large, flat and heavy that could have crushed her in one fell swoop. Hang on, are you saying she was stepped on? Meaning the foot-washing mansion. Exactly, crushing is the foot-washing mansion's modus operandi. The place the body was discovered is also known to be related to the 7 mysteries. Then is this Namagaki's doing? Shit, I knew we'd use it. I used it. Judging by the amount of soul dregs, the victim was just a regular person, not a curse bearer. Guess we should report this to Paranormal Affairs. Got it, and as for the 3rd victim... Oh! Wait. He was identified as Kohei Janucci, 32, a teacher at Kamagata High. He was found in the school's courtyard. Cause of death appears to be external trauma from a fall or heavy blow. The impact crushed his arms and legs. Since he was found in the middle of the courtyard, he couldn't have fallen from the gymnasium or the main building. A teacher dying at school. Not just any school. Kamagata houses one of the 7 mysteries, where he died by falling. Yeah, which would be the Fool's Procession. Right, it's where the Fool's Procession is supposed to be. It's too big of a coincidence. We can't rule out the possibility that this death was also the work of a curse. I see. Either way, it seems all 3 victims can be tied to the 7 mysteries. There's probably a curse bearer at the centre of it all, pulling the strings. Well, you've got a point. All these strange deaths do point in one direction. That's right, and Hajime's case wasn't all that different either. He also died of mysterious causes in a place connected to the 7 mysteries. The problem is that the timing doesn't match up. He died before the curses were activated. Could he have been hit by a different curse? One that didn't have anything to do with the 7 mysteries? That's a thought, but if that were the case, we'd be dealing with a powerful practitioner. One who could pull off a curse like that without using a curse stone. There aren't many people in this day and age who could do something like that. Oh, really? I see. I don't know too much about that stuff. I'd be more surprised if you did. Well, looking at these deaths, it seems like many of the curse bearers acted last night, but we can't rule out that there were more killings from which the bodies haven't been found. Yikes, hadn't thought of that. But there is one silver lining. Judging by my own curse stone, it seems that the curses can't be activated while the sun's out. Oh, that's great news, so basically we're safe during the daytime. Exactly. It's also likely why Nejima gave us till dusk. I must have known the curse stones couldn't be used during the day. Either way, we got till nightfall to settle this. It's time we fleshed out the other curse bearers. Aye, boss, let's do this. Curse bearers. At the moment, we only know the identity of 4 curse bearers, yourself included. Yutaro Namagaki had the foot-washing mansion, and Hideki Araishi had the ever-burning lantern. We got both of their curse stones. And then there's Nejima, who claims he has the one-sided reed. Yeah, that about sums it up. Notes on known curse bearers. Yeah, who has a Whispering Canal? Beckoning Light. That's probably, Bugger, what's his face? I can't remember his name. Where are people? Oh, it's under persons of interest. I'm an idiot. Yeah, here we go. It's not you, not you, not you. God, where the hell are you? Takumi Yomioka. His curse echo is the beckoning light, I think. The only reason I say that is because when I was stuck and didn't realise I had to talk to him, in the distance there was a light. It just looked like a ball of flame. A ball of blue flame. So I have a feeling that's what he has. I'm wondering if the Whispering Canal has Yoko. Is Yoko's curse. Did I finish Rygar? Yeah. I finished it in that session. Oh, in that stream. 5 hours is how long it was. Just over 5 hours, and very bullshit with some of the bosses. We better figure out who the remaining 5 are quick. How should we go about looking for them? There's no point in searching blindly without a lead. Let's focus on other things for now. Tracking down Nejima may lead us to the other curse bearers too. Either way, he should be our top priority. He could do some real damage if we don't get him. I also want to look a little more into Yoshimi. I've got a feeling there's some connection there. Aye aye, boss. Sounds like we got our work cut out for us. Yeah, no worries. Also, how's it going? Hope you're well. Hajime Yoshimi? I asked around Sumada's Community Safety Bureau, where Yoshimi was stationed. It seems like he was investigating the apparent suicide of a girl named Michio Shiraishi. Oh yeah, I heard about that. He was trying to determine whether it really was a suicide, looking into the height of the building, the force of the impact, her wounds, all that. He must have suspected some kind of foul play, because he ordered a full investigation. But it had already been deemed a suicide, and his superiors told him not to go stirring things up. Huh, what was the evidence? Well, according to the report I found on his desk last night... That sounds like fun. I haven't played much of City Skylines. I have it, but I've played very little of it. I haven't played many city building simulators, to be honest. But I'm glad to hear that. The body was found at the foot of a building, a ways away from the road. There was no evidence of vehicular collision, so it was ruled a suicide, but he thought there was more to it. Yes, a truck or other flat-faced vehicle travelling at high speed could have inflicted similar damage. In other words, sometimes a traffic accident can look an awful lot like a fall. So there's a chance it wasn't a suicide. But what a terrible way to go. Yeah, I've heard there's a second City Skylines coming soon. There were no brake marks on the road, meaning it would have been a hit and run. The vehicle would have hit her without slowing down at all. This is turning into quite the grisly case. But the vehicle couldn't have come out from a collision like that unscathed. Exactly, so I asked the Traffic Bureau to keep an eye out for any vehicles with frontal damage. I haven't heard back from them yet. I don't think they're looking very hard, so we've got no proof. That said, if it was a traffic accident rather than suicide, it's possible that someone silenced Yoshimi because he was on the verge of discovering the truth. That's true. You think the driver was the one who did him in? Not quite. Yoshimi had already talked to forensics and the Traffic Bureau, right? His death wouldn't have covered things up. You're right on that. Even if the suicide was a cover-up for a hit-and-run, it doesn't seem like enough reason to kill a cop. Oh, that's right. Unrelated, but I got something else too. I managed to get a hold of Michio Shiraishi's address. Yoshimi went there a bunch over the course of the investigation. Might be a good idea for us to drop by too. I'm thinking. Hopefully that'll give us some more leads. Alright, let's move on to the next topic. God damn, this guy's got a lot to talk about. Phew. I really like this game. What did I want to look at? I wanted to look at the 7 mysteries. Because I'm not sure if any of these would be... Could be the Taiko of Suguru. The drums... Only doesn't it fire a large drum? Maybe not. No, the only reason I'm thinking is because he's clutching... Oh, there's another. There is another! Huh. Haunted clappers is what Haru has, so it's not that. It's because he's clutching his chest, so it made it seem like it stopped his heart, or essentially just stopped him from breathing. It could have just been a death from this curse. Yeah, because this is death by hanging. Which, obviously, loss of breath. So, I don't know. Alright, what else we got? Hajime Yoshimi. Oh, Nejima. Remember the girl Yoshimi met with the day he died? One Hitomi Okuda? Community Safety didn't have any contact information for her on hand. Not even an address? Well, they had her parents' information, but when I called, they said they hadn't heard from her in a month. Lots of family issues from the sound of it. They even said they didn't want anything to do with her anymore. That said, she still goes to school once in a while, so we might be able to find her there. Not sure we really have the time for a stakeout right now. Well, she could be a key witness. Can't we have Community Safety track her down for us? We can ask, but it might be tricky to get it done today. For starters, Komagata High School is closed today. Yeah, because of the teacher that died? That's right. Alright, but if it's not something we can do today, we may have to forget about it. Let's move on then. I got some information about Yoshimi's fiancée from Community Safety. Her name is Mayu Chozawa, 27 years old. She works as a beautician in the area. Look, I even managed to get a picture of her. She sure is a beauty. But... oh boy, here it comes. But what? Community Safety hasn't been able to contact her since Yoshimi died, not by phone or at her house. In other words, no response. Dead silence. There it is. Can't things just be easy for once? Mayu Chozawa. Mayu's a beautician and the fiancée of Hajime Yoshimi, a police officer with the Sumida Police Department. Mayu's current whereabouts remain unknown. It's definitely starting to look suspect. A crime of passion, perhaps? It's fairly common for people to be killed by a lover or a spouse, but Yoshimi was well liked, and they'd been together for over 10 years. You never know, things could be different behind closed doors. I guess so. But we'll have to consider the opposite scenario too. It could be that the same person who was out for Yoshimi is after his fiancée too, or as well. She could be in danger. You're right, either way, she's important to the case. HQ already has people looking for her. We'll know as soon as she's found. Right. This dick. Nejima. HQ has mobilized a search unit from Nejima. But so far we haven't received any word. Guessing he wasn't at home or at work. About that, apparently he vacated his last known address a week ago. Serious? So we have no idea where he lives. It gets worse. I checked in with the factory he was working at. They told me he was only there for a month before he quit. Hold on a second. You're telling me nobody caught that? Well, I had the same thought, so I spoke to his probation officer. Turns out he'd been doing house visits and interviews, but never bothered checking on his workplace. He also said he'd lost track of Nejima when he moved to a new place. Jeez, that's just sloppy. I've heard that they're giving parole to just about anyone these days, because they're running out of room in the prisons. Which it also means that there aren't enough probation officers to go around. Dude's probably overworked. So Nejima got to fuck about unsupervised. God damn it. The asshole is annoyingly good at faking remorse, or insanity, or whatever the situation calls for. Back when I arrested him all those years ago, just talking to him left a bad taste in my mouth. He's probably hiding under a false name, which will make it hard to track him down. That'd explain why he so brazenly made contact. That asshole, he's mocking us. Well, for now, the paperwork to circulate his name and mugshot is being filed. That's gonna take way too long. We only have until dusk. Hey, it's like that game. Oh no, that's Until Dawn. They should make a game called Until Dusk. Speaking of Nejima, yeah? Did you manage to reach your daughter? It'd be best to put her in protective custody as soon as possible. Not yet, I can't reach her. They called, but she's not picking up. Wasn't home when they went to the house either. That's not good. Does that mean she never came home? Well, why weren't you the one trying to reach her? Shut up, I don't have her contact info, alright? Damn, she really doesn't trust you, huh? Either way, I told her mother that it was an emergency and we'd send an officer to find her and get her to safety. She was real reluctant, but I got her to agree. I guess that explains why you got divorced. But if you, her former father, can't find her... former father. How the hell did Nejima do it? Former, eh? That cuts deep. Yeah, sorry, it just kinda slipped out. Anyway, I suspect it has something to do with his curse echo. Back on topic already, huh? He said his curse could kill a lot of people in a short time. It may even allow him to act from a distance. I see. The one-sided reed. What was that story about again? Something about a man stalking a woman who goes insane and chops her up. Ah, right, one of the more gruesome of the 7 mysteries. As for Nejima's whereabouts, all we can do is throw more people at it till we find something. I'll check in with HQ frequently and see if they've got any updates. And that's about it. Shall we continue our investigation? We could go to Komagata High School to look into Hitomi Okuda, or to Michio Shiraishi's house to find out more about her. Alright, that was a nice chapter. A nice quick one. Oh damn, it's opened up. Fancy sushi. Life can be tough. Hitomi's help. I'm not even sure which chapter I want to do, to be honest. I think I'll just do Hitomi's help, so then they're all... Well, I'm hoping they'll all be on the same length. So bringing her friend back from the dead means she'll have to pay the price. Yoko makes it home safely, but she still isn't sure about how to proceed with her curse. She worries about Mio as the night passes. What time is it at? Yeah, it should be morning. 8 AM, perfect. We don't have to worry about curses. Woo! She's alive! Oh, good. Oh, good morning, Yoko. Huh? Yoko, rise and shine. Huh? You're up. It's morning. You okay? Can you remember your name? Duh. I'm Mio Kurozuzu, the Spectre of the Spirit Board. No, don't fall back asleep. You must still be dreaming. Wake up. Yes, I'm Yoko Sakazaki. Good. Oh, Mio, thanks for last night. Was everything okay? Yep, still alive. That's not true. I went to check on you, and you had died. I couldn't dispel the curse echo or learn the identity of who used it, but I managed to at least get away. But in that situation, it's the best you can hope for. True. I'm sorry I got you involved in something so dangerous. I meant to look for you as soon as the sun rose, but I was just so sleepy. Couldn't even remember when I fell asleep. It's okay, it's only natural to be exhausted after what you went through. Besides, I also feel bad that you've been wrapped up in all of this. It's supposed to be my job to prevent that from happening. Oh yeah, you said something about that last night. Just who are you exactly, Mio? Oh, well, the truth is I've been trained in things having to do with the supernatural. Huh? You mean you can learn that kind of stuff? Like you would with flower arranging? I had quite the eventful childhood. Huh, that sounds like it must have been tough. Yes, it would take a long time to explain, so let's leave it at that for now. As fate would have it, I've ended up as the apprentice, or maybe more like assistant, to a notable paranormal expert. Oh. Schools have always had more paranormal disturbances because young people tend to be more susceptible to these things. I'm sent to schools that may experience something paranormal and put a stop to it before it happens. That's amazing. So it's like a part-time job you do while also being a student. Well, I do help maintain public order, but it's all part of my training, so I don't get any money. Oh, you've got it rough then. But still, that really is amazing. You were so cool when you faced up against the evil spirit. I never know if I should be happy when you compliment me like that. But anyways, that's why it's up to me to resolve any paranormal issues at the school. And why I'm going to look into the cause of all this. But for now, let's head to school. Yeah. Oh, do you have your curse down? Now that it's daytime and its power is diminished, I should be able to hold on to it. Want to give it a try? Right, I do have it, but... Yoko? Is it really so wrong? Trying to bring Michio back, I mean? I can't approve of it. The rite may seem like a dream come true, but if it involves taking the lives of other people, then... Yeah, true. I want to make sure this whole ritual ends without anyone getting hurt. That's what I believe, and what I'll put before anything else. Wait, school's not even going to be on today because the teacher died. I'm sorry, but is it okay if I hold on to it? Yoko. I promise I won't use the curse no matter what, but maybe there's some other way. I just have this feeling that I shouldn't give up on the possibility just yet. That said, I'll help you, even if it's to stop the curses. For the Michio that still exists within me, I'll settle things so that we can move forward. Okay, but if you ever feel in danger, you can give me the curse stone at any point. Right, thank you, Mio. Okay then, let's go. Files updated. The Candy Shop, Sonoya. An old-fashioned candy shop located on a street corner in Honjo. It has been in Yako Sakazaki's family for 3 generations. On the weekends, you can spot Yako watching over the store, cooking... Oh god. Is it Monjayaki? And playing traditional tops and cards with the local children. Though traditional candy shops are known for selling cheap treats for kids, it is not uncommon to see these largely privately owned businesses becoming something more like general stores selling food, drinks, utensils, and other daily necessities. Many of the families operate candy shops on the dirt ground floor of their home, known as a doma, with a space in the back where customers can eat that, as well as arcade games and capsule toy machines in the front. Such facilities make them attractive places for children to gather and play. However, the harsh reality is that traditional candy shops, which thrived during the period of high oh god. How do I say that? Economic? Yeah. I just brain fired. Economic growth, when many confectionery manufacturers enter the market, are experiencing a steady decline due to the rise of convenience stores and changes in children's interests and tastes. No! Alright, onwards. Whew. Nice. Ugh. Come, I got to high school. Who? Oh yeah, we're not at school because the teacher died. People are gathering round. Huh? I thought it unusual. Bloody hiccups. Unusually noisy. There's a big group of people and police in front of the school. Did something happen? If the police are here, then something must have. I'll go ask. Thanks. The teacher we saw has died. This isn't good. Huh? What happened? Don't panic, okay? The first teacher who came to work this morning found something. Okay. Mr. Janucci was found dead in the middle of the school grounds. What? They're closing the school for today. But that's not all. I didn't know this either since I didn't watch the morning news, but rumours are spreading that a number of bodies were found nearby. What? There's no way. Why? Could it be? Because of the curse? We don't know enough to say. From what I heard, Mr. Janucci's body was in the middle of the grounds, but his body was covered in bruises like he'd fallen from somewhere high. Weird. Taking into account his unnatural death and timing, it's very likely it has something to do with the curse. You're saying someone used that curse on him last night? Seems like it, doesn't it? But that's so scary. Yeesh, so the curses really do kill people. And someone used it. Shh, keep your voice down, okay? What would happen if another curse bearer heard you? Sorry. Oh, yeah, it's gonna be Janucci's. His deceased body was discovered on the school grounds at dawn. Poor guy. I wish we had a little more information, but they've locked up the front gate. Maybe we could sneak in through the back entrance. Hmm? Is that Hitomi? That person over there. Isn't that Hitomi Okuda? You're right, that's unusual. Oh, but she was at the school last night too. She must know something about Mr. Janucci. Let's see what she has to say. Oh, Mio, wait for me! So you're telling me the two of you were the ones at the school last night? No sense hiding it then. Plus I owe you one, Mio. I'll tell you everything I know. Thank you. She owes you? Oh yeah, right after I transferred here, there was a bit of trouble. She gave me one of those, what was it? Oh, exorcisms. Oh, she was possessed! Oh! Yeah, it mentioned that she had a dealing with a possessed student. So that's what that was. Janucci's death. Did you hear about Mr. Janucci? Heard about it. I've known about it since last night. I saw that asshole bite it on the school grounds myself. What? You saw it happen? Tell us about it. What happened exactly? Don't really know myself. It was pitch black. What I can tell you... It was almost dawn, probably around 3. He started freaking out all of a sudden, ran out to the ground like something was chasing him and screamed. Somebody help me, forgive me, Michio. Or something like that, while he was running around. Michio? He mentioned Michio? Was there anyone else on the grounds? It was too dark to see from where I was. Oh, but for just a second I think I saw a girl in a school uniform with her hair in braids. Oh? I didn't go out to make sure, so it could have been nothing for all I know. Then I heard him begging for his life like I was wrong and I'll do anything. and all of a sudden his arms and legs snapped, even though he was just standing there. Ew. His arms and legs broke without anything being done to him. He fell over and quit moving, so I thought I'd better get out of there. Awfully calm. Then he croaked. That's all I saw. I see. But from what you've told us, it almost sounds like Michio's ghost chased down Mr. Janucci and killed him. And if I know anything about that, I'm just telling you what I heard him say. Weird. Did you tell that story to the police? Nope, and I ain't gonna. Can't count on them for shit. Not like they'd believe such an insane story anyway. Right. Well, there must be at least one person in the police worth trusting, right? Yeah, I guess. There was this one cop who always got on my case about stuff. But he died just the other day. Oh, he did? I'm sorry to hear that. Everyone who gets involved with me ends up dead. Maybe I really am cursed. Pisses me off. You got it all wrong. The spirit that possessed you wasn't that kind of spirit. Huh? It wasn't? Yeah, this was just an unfortunate coincidence. Though I'm sure that was hard enough for you. That's all I know about that asshole's death. Maybe I've been thinking about something. I've been thinking something. The way she described it reminded me of something. The way Mr. Janucci died, it sounds a lot like how Michio died. Of course I didn't see it myself, but the state Michio's body was in, it was like she had fallen from high up. Could they have been killed by the same curse? I don't think so. The curses of the Seven Mysteries hadn't manifested when she died. And if we can trust what the spirit board said, then Michio died in an accident. Oh, right. Okay. So Mio's exorcism. You tell me, were you possessed by some kind of evil spirit? I don't understand it all too well myself. What I can say for sure is, thanks to Mio, the weird symptoms that were happening to me all went away. Yep, some people are born with a natural sensitivity to the paranormal. They tend to end up isolated, as they struggle to relate to the people around them. They also tend to draw spirits to them naturally. This can cause strange symptoms they don't understand, like headaches, muscle stiffness, and hallucinations, even memory problems. I'm sure it must have been very hard. So that's how it works. Huh. Do people also have their personality taken over when possessed too? It is possible with spirits who have a very close relationship to their target, like siblings or a parent and child, but you almost never hear about people being taken over completely. It's when the two parties aren't in sync that those negative effects can start to appear. So the seances, or whatever you see on TV, are all bogus? Not quite. There are mediums and diviners who can align their minds with the spirits they call. Though there are people on TV who are just putting on a performance. There are people who in life had extremely powerful spirit sense, or a deep connection with the person. But even they shouldn't be able to completely take over the person they possess. And even if they could, it'd only be enough to pressure them to choose certain behaviours that wouldn't be unusual for them to do on their own to begin with. But if that's the case, wouldn't you not know if you were choosing that behaviour of your own will or not? Hence why there are lots of cases where people don't even realise they're possessed. Though the spirit may influence the behaviour and memories of the host. The deeper their connection in life, the easier it is for that to occur. I see. Getting possessed by a spirit is pretty complicated, huh? It must have been tough for you being possessed for so long, Hitomi. Whatever might happen to me doesn't make any difference. Me being able to see spirits and stuff has nothing to do with how things ended up like this. And it's not like being able to see them is your fault either. The same goes for me. Maybe it's just something we have to live with. I think you have a knack for it yourself, Yoko. I bet you could see them too with a little training. I think I may pass. So that's why you do the job you do, huh, Mio? I thought she was a weirdo when she showed up, all of a sudden saying she was going to exorcise me. If you hadn't said anything, I probably would have knocked your lights out. You tried to perform an exorcism on her without telling her anything? You see, in my experience, most people don't understand no matter how much I explain. They only accept my explanation after they see the results. I guess that makes sense. Hey, tell me, last night before you witnessed Mr. Janucci collapse, can I ask what he and you were doing in the classroom? You gonna tell the cops? Oh, right, with everything that's happened with Mr. Janucci. They'll suspect you if we told them we saw you with him last night. Anytime something happens with someone like me, all those shitty adults start jumping to conclusions. Understand, I won't tell them. You wouldn't have been able to kill him anyway. If you say so, then I don't mind telling you about it. So last night, that piece of shit Janucci called me over here acting like he was going to attack me or something. What? How terrible. Whatever, I'm glad he's dead. He had it coming. Calling people worthless and a cancer on society when he doesn't know shit about them. That asshole was the one acting like scum if you ask me. Is that so? Could you tell us in more detail why he called you out in the middle of the night? It's hard to explain. Where to start? Oh. Janucci's misdeeds. What did you mean by Mr. Janucci acting like scum? Was he doing something bad? You know Mr... Oh, Michio Shiraishi, right? The girl who killed herself? Huh? Michio? I don't know everything, but that creep of a teacher had some dirt on her. And he was using it to blackmail her, call her up after school and make her do whatever he wanted. What? What do you mean when you say whatever he wanted? Oh no. I'll leave it to your imagination. Nothing that a couple model students like you would ever get involved in. No way, that's... How? What do you mean by dirt? I don't know anything about this. How could I not have known about this? Okay, I know how you feel, but try to calm down. You got guts acting like you were her friend. Janucci really did a number on both Michio's body and soul. She probably felt she couldn't tell anyone, like she had to suffer alone. Oh, how terrible. Tell me, how do you know about this? I just happened to walk in on it. I know the spots around school people go to when they want to stay out of sight. He ran off in a panic when I yelled at him asking what he was doing. Walked in on it? I couldn't just leave her alone, looking like she was about to cry, so I stuck around a bit. She told me everything that happened in whispers. She probably figured I wasn't the type to spread that stuff around. But she never asked for my help. She told me that she was fine to keep it a secret. Michio, why? She probably thought she just had to grit her teeth until it was through. She was naive. I tried to tell her that if you give guys like that an inch, they'll take a mile. She kept saying about how it was her punishment. She was soft. Of course, Janucci didn't change. He kept on doing what he was doing. I don't understand either of them, but that's as much as I was involved. And then she killed herself. Nothing I can do about it now. So tell me, if you knew about it, why didn't you... You trying to say it's my fault? She told me not to say anything. She told me she was fine. So what the hell more responsibility do I have other than what I already did? Okay, there's no point blaming Hitomi. Michio, why? Oh. Did you hear what the dirt was? Nope, never heard what it was. But from the sound of it, he'd been blackmailing her since about a year ago. It was to do with Shuichi. For that long? The dick probably caught her doing something she shouldn't have been doing. She looked well behaved, but there's more to a person than meets the eye, you know? There must be some reason. Dunno, got nothing to do with me. So last night, how did it start? Oh right, remember that nosy cop I mentioned who was always on my case? He died at the former Yasuda Gardens a couple days ago. Yoshimi was his name. He was part of the juvenile division. He didn't look like a cop at all, real rough guy, but good at looking out for folks, so he was the only one I could talk to. Huh, so there was someone like that with the police. Too bad he ended up dying. Oh, another thing. One time he suddenly introduced his fiancée to me. It was hilarious seeing a big guy like that act like a shy little kid all of a sudden. She told me that she was like me when she was my age, and that she was on my side. Must have been a terrible loss for her too. Yeah, I do feel a lot bad for her when I think about how sad she must be. And I saw him at the gardens the night he died. Oh no. Whenever I would get worked up over something, Yoshimi always took me straight to that park. Then he'd listen to whatever it was I was pissed off about. That day, he called me over there like usual. It looked like he had a fucking sword, but it's just the pockets on his jacket. But something seemed off about him, like he was worried about something. Worried about something? Yeah, he asked me for a favour, too, which was pretty unusual. A favour? What kind of favour? He handed me a weird talisman and asked me to hold on to it for him. A talisman? Yeah, just a normal good luck charm. I figured if that's it, then sure, I'll take it. I have it with me now. But that wasn't all. Then he told me that he wanted me to look for a talisman Michio Shiraishi had that looked like this one. Michio? What does she have to do with this? Yoshimi had been meeting up and talking with her. While they were together, he noticed that she had like a special talisman or something. But apparently, Michio always avoided the subject. A talisman that Michio had. He knew that I knew her, so that's why he asked me, he said. Could there have been something that Michio couldn't tell even the police about? I know things at home were a little complicated. For what I heard, Michio was keeping her mouth shut about what Shinichi was doing to her. Hard to talk with the cops when someone's got dirt on you. And I didn't squeal on anything about Michio either. Michio, what is it that had such a strong grip on you? It was to do with Shuichi. So basically, Yoshimi didn't just have his eye on Michio, but her talisman too. But after she died, he didn't know where it ended up. So since I know her from school, he wanted me to look into it for him. Is there something special about the two talismans? I wonder why he gave it to you. Hell if I know. When I looked inside it, there's just a weird kind of grimy scrap of wood. So you've seen inside it. But from what he was from the way he was acting, it seemed important to him somehow. But to be honest, what he was asking is such a pain in the ass. I figured he had to be serious about it. Oh, and since he died right after that... Yeah, he even said to me, if anything happens to me, take those two talismans. Give them to a guy named Nakagoshi at the police department. Knowing what I know now, he probably felt that something was going to happen to him. Nakagoshi? Do you know him, Mio? I've just heard the name, I think. So there really is a Nakagoshi. That's a relief at least. Nakagoshi? With someone I don't know about. Or someone I've not met. Anyway, it didn't feel right to just ignoring a dead guy's last request. Hitomi, yeah? That talisman. Would you mind if I had a look at it? Sorry, but I don't trust you all that much yet. It's important to me. Oh, okay. So last night you were looking for the talisman Michio had? Yeah. And I figured that piece of garbage teacher would know the most about Michio. I asked him yesterday afternoon if he knew anything about a talisman. He gave me some cryptic response like, I can't talk about it now, come to the school tonight. He even gave me the code to the lock at the back entrance. He seemed pretty willing to give it out, and I wouldn't be surprised if he's used it for secret meetings before. Yuck, I can only imagine. We climbed over the front gate to get in. So yeah, we met up in the classroom in the middle of the night. But nothing he said made any sense. Like that it was really Michio and stuff like that. He went on and on about how it was my fault and that if only I hadn't been around or something. He grabbed a hold of me, breathing heavily. Are you okay? Yeah, that's right when you two showed up. I was able to get away while Junichi was freaking out. Good thing you got away. So it's really all thanks to you two that I got away. But I didn't get any info about the talisman, so the whole thing was sort of a bust. Afterwards I was wondering what you two were up to, so I hid nearby. Then I saw you, an old man Ashiyama talking, and then Mio showed up. Oh, you did? That's also why I saw Junichi come back outside and bite it. I see. So you were only here to look for Michio's talisman. I was done to fall for that creep Junichi's trap so easily. It could have gone a lot worse, but I lucked out. What you described does sound like Michio killed Mr. Junichi. She did have a reason to hate him after all. No way, you mean that really was her ghost, like, for real? Those who die bearing strong resentment or regret can occasionally become spirits, either bound to a place or roaming freely. However, it'd usually be impossible for them to kill the living. Most don't have that kind of power, but it's possible they could possess something that could possess someone close to them to act on those lingering regrets. Huh. I wonder if that's what happened. Alright, then supposing what the spirit board said is true and Michio's death was an accident, then she must have had some regrets. If she really hadn't given up on living, that is. I don't think she would... She was the kind of girl who would just give up no matter what the situation. I don't really know, but... She didn't seem like she had something tormenting her so much that she'd kill herself. Hmm? And that's all I know. Happy? I still gotta look for the talisman. Sure, thank you, Hitomi. And if you two find out anything about Michio's talisman, we'll be sure to let you know. Thanks. Oh, can we get your contact info? Where can we normally find you? Right, I'm not home most of the time. Usually I'm at a friend's place. Here's the phone number. Thanks, we'll call her if we need to talk with you. And, what is it? You're easier to talk to than I imagined. I was kinda scared at first, but not anymore. Shut up, you were the one avoiding me. Anyway, catch you later, and don't die out there, okay? Thanks, we'll be careful. Alright. Is that the end of the chapter? Possibly. Alright then. We got a lot of new information. Sounds like Mr. Junichi was killed by a curse, just as we thought. Which means there was a curse bearer at the school. Multiple, in fact. Multiple? You think so? Yes, the curse echo we experienced in the school and the one that killed Mr. Janucci seem to be different. The people in the school at the time, other than us, were Mr. Janucci, Hitomi, and old man Ashimiya, who you ran into. I was thinking it would be among them, but there was one more person. Hitomi saw a girl in a school uniform with braids. For what Hitomi was saying, it doesn't seem like she's the one. Mr. Janucci is pretty suspicious, though. If he were a curse bearer, it would certainly explain why he was killed. Right, that's why I say there were multiple. Alright, the person who killed Mr. Janucci would have to be one too. Which means it must be either the mysterious girl or old man Ashimiya. Yeah, we should certainly be careful of them. That said, the mysterious girl and the fact that Janucci thought it was Michio that was attacking him has been wondering. Of course, I doubt Michio herself was actually there, but I just remembered. I also saw Mr. Araishi outside the main gate last night. You did? It's likely he's involved with the curses, given that he's the one doing research on the Rite of Resurrection. So we'll have to be careful of old man Ashimiya and Mr. Araishi. I want to believe that not all curse bearers will be hostile, but as for what to do now, I'd like to find out who's responsible for the Feast of Shadows that set this off and how they did it. I don't think we'll be able to end this without stopping it at its source. Huh, that makes sense. In which case, next we should do what exactly? We'll need to talk with Mr. Araishi. He definitely knows something. It should be safer during the day, so I think we should try to look for him. Got it, I'll help in any way I can. But the school is closed. I wonder where he could be. Let's try heading someplace someone may know where he is. Where to go then? Oh. Kamagata Brit. Jesus, there's loads of places to go. What if I just went to the school again? He is a teacher. And it's only been an hour, so he could just be stood outside. Or he's actually at the school, who knows. And so, Miyokuro Suzu and Yako Sakazaki decided on their next location to investigate. Oh. Oh! Oh, I can't go any further. Right. Life can be tough. Yeah, we'll do that. Throughout the night, Richter continues to gather information about the curse stones, while Haru lies awake until dawn, preoccupied by the prospect of bringing her lost child back to life. Oh yeah, we can't actually do anything now. Woo! Good morning, ma'am. How are you feeling? I'm fine. I hope we can make good progress today. How's your curse stone looking? I haven't felt anything from it since sunrise. Interesting. It's possible that its powers can only be unleashed at night then. That aside, why are you so late this morning? There are unfortunately some things that can't be investigated while the world slumbers. But I did get some research done in what limited time I had. Very well, let's talk. He's looking a bit tired. He must have been up all night investigating. By the way, there's something I wanted to talk to you about. And what's that? Our current plan is to steal a curse stone that's already absorbed soul drugs, but I'm wondering if it would suffice to not steal but instead negotiate with the curse bearer and have them use the right for our purposes. Oh? I mean, I suppose that would accomplish the same, but do you think it's possible? So long as we offer compensation, it may prove much easier than you'd expect. Compensation. Cash, for instance. That wouldn't be off the table for a family as rich as the Shigimas, would it? Of course, why any amount would be fine if I get the job done. I won't let monetary matters lead me to regrets the way it did back with the ransom. Okay, with that option on the table, let's figure out our strategy. Do you have a curse bearer with whom we can negotiate in mind? Not yet. Surprisingly, it seems the other curse bearers haven't been that proactive about collecting soul drugs. Did you see the news this morning? No, I haven't. Overnight, 3 mysterious deaths were reported in this area. They've yet to announce the identities of the bodies found, but they've been nicknamed the Honjo serial killings. It's garnered quite some attention on the streets. Oh my. Only 3? That's what I thought. Even if the victims were curse bearers, just 1 or 2 wouldn't be enough soul drugs. And for what those curse stones are capable of, a mere 3 victims seems a little on the low side. With this little activity all through the night, the curse bearers must be a cautious bunch. What's holding them back? Are we not all after the power of resurrection? There may still be some undiscovered victims, but it doesn't seem like anyone has gathered enough soul drugs yet. We might have to set up some bait to spur them into action, and then offer them the deal. None of the curse bearers seem very proactive. I wonder if this situation could be what the mastermind who kicked it all off intended. Now that's an interesting theory. You think there's someone behind all this? You mentioned hearing an agonized voice telling you to kill when you first obtained the curse stone. That doesn't sound like a coincidence to me. Someone agitated the curses in this area on purpose, and they are likely after the rite of resurrection as well. So you're thinking this person is not one of the curse bearers? You got a sharp mind, ma'am. Though it might be obvious for the mastermind to become a curse bearer and collect soul dregs if they were after the rite, this would be very risky since as a curse bearer they themselves would become a target. So it'd actually be more convenient for them if the curse bearers moved less aggressively. That's right, but despite that, they've been inciting the curse bearers to commit murders. Why? Let's consider this. What if the mastermind isn't trying to collect soul drugs themselves? You mean their intention was also to steal the souls, while the other curse bearers compete with each other from the start? Sitting back and observing from the sidelines is the safer course of action, which is why I figured it's best for us to attempt the same strategy. So how should we do it? There's still reason to suspect the mastermind could be a curse bearer themselves. To be honest, I want to keep my distance from whoever it is. There's no telling what kind of power they might possess. Whether our aim is to negotiate or steal, we'll have to outpace the mastermind in making contact with the other curse bearers. How do you suppose we do that? At this point, all we can do is search. If there's a mastermind inciting the curse bearers to collect soul dregs, can we be sure there even is a rite of resurrection? Good question. The rite could be nothing but a myth fabricated to spur the curse bearers into action. Seeing it might be for naught, do you want to give up, ma'am? Never. Understood. After all, we'll never know the truth unless we see it for ourselves. But we'll do it without using the curse ourselves, or curses ourselves. By the way, I met a few people who seemed like potential curse bearers last night. I did some investigating into all of them, but I only managed to get detailed information on 2. You're quick. I suppose that's to be expected from an investigator extraordinaire. I appreciate the flattery. First, there's Ayami Tono, the girl we talked to before, though she isn't a curse bearer herself. She's a student attending T University of Art. She currently lives alone in an apartment near Midoriko Park. You even determined her address. You're not one to be underestimated, Mr. Investigator Extraordinaire. I called every single university with ukiyo-e in the curriculum pretending to be her parent. I went around to check on her place on the way here. It doesn't seem like she returned home last night. I'm worried she might have run into some trouble. Didn't you attempt to follow her last night? I'm embarrassed to say, but I couldn't. She shook me. I couldn't keep track of her. And here I thought you were an investigator extraordinaire. I'd like to learn more about her, but it would take some time. She is planning to steal the curse stones just like us. It's best we act carefully around her. Next is the tall man who was dressed all in black. I met him near Kinchiko. He stood out with the way he dressed. I managed to get some good information from him. Impressive, what can I say? He works as a secretary to Heihaku Soap's chairwoman. I believe his name is Takumi Yamioka. The Heihaku Soap's headquarters and factories are both located in Honjo, correct? Yes, they've been here for a while, but it's only in the past 10 years that the company has shown significant growth. I remember seeing the chairwoman on the news a few years back. She seemed to be very shrewd. With the increase in sales, I assume she'd want her factories running at full capacity. But with the harsh restrictions against industrial waste, a lot of the factories with older equipment had to be shut down. That's right, even 10 years ago there were many complaints about chemical plants dumping waste into the river. Most companies back then were more concerned with making a profit than protecting the environment. I wonder what a man working for such a company would have been up to in the middle of the night. On the way here I stopped by the company's headquarters, but they hadn't started for the day. I should have better luck later. Let's hope you will. Perhaps they're interested in seeing if the rite would be beneficial for their product, research into beauty and skincare. Now that's an interesting thought. I ran into one more suspicious young man last night. This one seemed to be out collecting soul dregs, right? Indeed, I couldn't get a good look at him though, and I couldn't gather enough intel to properly identify him. Well, that's a shame. but I can make an educated guess. Oh? You know that researcher who discovered the ancient text on the Rite of Resurrection? The one that lives near here? His name is Hideki Araishi, and the man I met was very similar in stature. Oh my, even he is involved? How awfully suspect. Considering his background, couldn't he be the one who initiated the whole affair? I think it's possible, yes. Which is why I decided to refrain from making contact with him for the time being. Safety first. Understandable. Of course I want to learn more, but this isn't the right time to focus on him. I prefer to ascertain who else is a curse bearer. First I'll return to Hihaku Soaps to see the man in black. The headquarters are down on South that street. Hey, there we go. I learned something new about the criminal involved with the kidnapping. It concerns the serial killings. There was a body found at Komagata High School. The person who was identified as a schoolteacher. His name was Kohei Janucci. Do you think he was a curse bearer? Not sure. It's possible. But regardless, this means the two people who knew the truth about the kidnapping are both dead. Just when we were getting somewhere. It isn't enough to make me give up, of course. Still, we don't know anything about Michio Shiraishi's residence. It'd be wise to pay it a visit. Understood. In addition to the 3 victims associated with the Honjo serial killings, there's Michio Shiraishi, who reportedly committed suicide, and the police officer who died at the former Yasuda Gardens. If strange deaths continue occurring like so, they're bound to inspire strange rumours. But those last 2 have nothing to do with the 7 mysteries, no? It's true, both occurred a week before this accursed situation began. Still, it cannot be ruled out. It's possible that the mastermind was involved even with those killings. How? What if there were preliminary steps to awakening the 7 mysteries curse? Can we really assume they're unrelated just because the timing doesn't match up? Or rather, the police officer's death is so baffling that it'd be easier if it were connected to these curses. The victim wasn't the type to be caught off guard easily. You seem to know a lot about this. I suppose we weren't strangers. My personal feelings might be wrapped up in this one too. I see. If you're going to investigate this matter more, you might get a lead on the mastermind. You're right. If we wish to focus on the mastermind's identity, this will be a fine starting point. We might even discover more deaths related to the curses on the way. We should pay attention to today's news. Well, that's all I have to report. Should we continue with our investigation? What do you want to do? If you still can't use the curse stone, taking a walk should be a fine place to start. Right, let's go together. I want to see what's going on for myself. In that case, I'll trust you to decide on where we should go, ma'am. Okay, I can move. Woo! Bing! The Hihaku Soap's headquarters are on the other side of South Wari Street. They were closed when I visited this morning, but it appears things are up and running now. He tells me he barely slept last night, and yet he seems to be brimming with energy. Was I too that resilient at his age? Perhaps it's what sets apart a detective from the rest. First I need to confirm whether Takumi is the man I ran into last night. Then I'll be able to determine if he's a curse bearer. It'll be better if I go inside the headquarters alone. You should walk around, visit a cafe, for some tea perhaps. Okay. To think a small soap-making company could grow so much in such a short time. They have factories and warehouses throughout the area now. You can see why the director and now chairwoman Natsue Yamamori is called The Queen. Oh. Hihaku Soaps, a chemical producer that ranks 4th largest in the domestic detergent market and 7th largest in the cosmetics market. From its humble beginnings as a small soap factory established after the war in 1946, founder Natsue Yamamori utilized her feminine perspective and a well-timed economic boom to boldly lead the company into new markets. Even as the market grew crowded with the industrialization of Someda City, the company continued to expand, digging its roots deep into the area. In particular, it established itself as a household name by focusing its branding toward the rapidly expanding convenience store market. Its flagship products now include cosmetics, detergent, soap, shampoo, and more. The company's name Hihaku also refers to kazori, a type of patterned fabric. Oh. The Queen! Natsue is the former president of Hihaku Soaps, a large chemicals company. Though she retired from her position 2 years ago, she still wields a great influence over the company from her position of chairwoman. Recently, there have been rumours about her possessing strange and powerful magical abilities, earning her the nickname the Witch of Hihaku. Prior to the war, Natsue enjoyed working her dream job at a textile factory. Whoa. She was forced to face the bitter reality of the world, however, when the factory was destroyed by a fire during the war, and she was ordered to rework the fabric she had painstakingly crafted into something more suitable for blue-collar work. Witnessing the rise in popularity of Western-style clothing in the post-war period, Natsue left the textile industry. However, a nod to her past can be seen in her company's name, with Hihaku being another name for Kusori, a type of fabric featuring patterns and images woven with dyed fibres. Having long been dissatisfied with the soap supplied at the textile factory, Natsue saw a business opportunity and set up her own small soap factory. Taking inspiration from imported soap brands, she developed new products which quickly gained a good reputation. Ever the shrewd businesswoman, Natsue ran an aggressive promotional campaign on TV featuring a popular Japanese singer, rapidly turning Hihaku Soaps into a household name. Oh. You mentioned that Takumi works as her secretary. That's correct. Do you think it's possible he's acting on her orders? That's exactly my thinking. A cast bearer with both money and power could certainly look at resurrection as their next prize. Negotiating with a person of that stature may prove difficult. Oh. I'm going in. I'm going to go in. I may be a while, so feel free... Feel to find. Feel free to find somewhere to kill time. Okay, good luck in there. And there he goes. Sorry, I keep you waiting. How'd it go? I'll fast forward to the conclusion. I met with Takumi. And there's no doubt he's the same man I saw last night. But it doesn't seem like he's a curse bearer. But that doesn't mean he has no connections to the recent curses. He knew about the 7 mysteries, he even guessed we have a curse stone of our own. Excuse me? I tried to approach Takumi about a fallen item after I ran into him last night, however... You said your name was Richter, correct? I have a favour I'd like to ask of you. I'm hoping you would hand over the curse stone in your possession. Curse stone? What are you on about? There's no need to play dumb with me, in fact there's no time for it. I had all the same reason you did to think you were a curse bearer last night, and your arrival here only confirms it. You are a curse bearer, no? You're right, we lack time. I'll confess I am a curse bearer. I possess the curse stone of the haunted clappers. I'm glad to hear the truth. Finally, this conversation is worthwhile. It's a dangerous item you hold. Give it to me and my company will take the responsibility to dispose of it. I didn't know the soap business specialised in scrubbing curses clean. It is the prerogative of Miss Yamamori. Is that so? Assuming you've obtained the curse, you understand the power it involves, no? Miss Yamamori possesses supernatural powers akin to those of God. She also has a deep love for this land, having transformed it from the pile of dirt it once was to the home of our headquarters. She cannot stomach the fact that it's now the site of these curses run rampant. So you're telling me the Queen of Hihaku is a real-life witch? She wouldn't appreciate being called that, mind you. There's a sorcerer by the name of Suigan Gamyodo, who's gallantly working behind the scenes exorcising spirits and the like. Go on. That being so, there have already been instances of the dead coming back to life. Do you understand the urgency of this matter? These are curses we're speaking of, tools which are used by wicked beings to possess people. The rite of resurrection is nothing but a fabrication meant to seduce the curse bearers into unspeakable actions. If you truly understand what I'm talking about, you must hand over that curse stone at once. Very interesting. With that said, just how many curse stones have you acquired so far? If what you tell me is true, surely the company would have launched a large-scale search by now. We have 6. 6? Whoa, I can rest at ease then. And here I thought I was at risk of being cursed. It seems we are on the same page. If that is the case, you should hand over your curse stone immediately. I'm sorry to disappoint you, but it's not actually in my possession at the moment. Considering its importance, I've been keeping it in hiding. Really now? Then I'll accompany you while you retrieve it. I'm sorry, but I've got something important to attend to, but I promise I'll return with it later. Very well. Then you won't refuse to provide your address and telephone number, I presume? How prudent of you. I'll oblige. And that's how it went. I'm glad to hear that. So they aren't after the right after all. I wouldn't be so quick to trust him. Oh? I believe we're dealing with a master in deception. He may well have made up a story to convince us to part ways with our stone. I think he was lying about having procured 6 curse stones as well. Like, really? 6? That's excessive. Well, now I feel gullible. The company is plotting something. I wonder what they mean to do with the curse stones. He seemed rather desperate to get a hold of ours, despite us not having collected any soul dregs. Perhaps the people at Hihaku are the masterminds behind the curses being unleashed. Because the chairwoman's a witch? I wonder about that too. If she really were that powerful, would her secretary have divulged that information so casually? Takumi was either making it up as he went, or he's trying to spread a rumour. For what purpose would he do that? Recently people have been caught up about the occult more than ever before. If word spreads that Hihaku's chairwoman has godlike powers, she could very well benefit socially and politically from that mystique. That's unsettling. Indeed it is. By the way, there's one more thing of interest I heard while in the company's reception lobby. And what's that? People were discussing whether one of the bodies found this morning was that of a Hihaku employee. Really? So long as the officials haven't revealed the identity, all amounts to no more than speculation though. Despite that, I've reason to believe that Hihaku Soaps is deeply involved with the 7 mysteries. At the very least, I can assure you I've gathered that much. The more we know, the better our negotiations will go. Should avoid Hihaku for the time being. It'll be a pain if I have to deal with Takumi again. I guess we're moving. Alright. Midoriko Park. We're here. This is Midoriko Park. Ayami Tono lives around here. She wasn't in her apartment when I dropped by this morning. I wonder if it's worth checking again. We won't get much done standing around here. Why don't I go and check out Ayami's apartment? You don't mean to speak with her, do you? No, I'd prefer to get an idea of what she's been up to. I'd like to see whether she's been home or not, just to potentially get a trace on her movements. Then be my guest. Okay, I shouldn't be long. I'm back, ma'am. So, nothing? I'm afraid so. She still hasn't returned. However, I noticed a few people who seem to be related to the police force keeping watch in the area. I don't know if they got eyes on her apartment, but they do appear to be watching and building it in. Interesting. Got a sharp eye to have noticed them, despite them being so covert. What can I say? It's part of the job. However, it's meant I had to refrain from knocking on her door while looking through her windows. I wasn't able to check her electric meter or mailbox either, unfortunately. You were planning to go that far? It's always heartwarming to see children playing in the park. Victor seems to like kids, perhaps because they're on the same wavelength. A bit mean? We won't make much progress sticking around here. I guess that's it then. What waste of time? We should move on quickly. Okay. To the school, I suppose. Ah, crap. So here we are at Ground Zero, Komagata High School. I guess it's logical that the police has got this place shut down. The teacher's body was found here, after all. It's as if the students have nowhere to go now that the school's closed. He appears to be wary of those police officers. Maybe the police really do have something against private investigators, just like in those detective novels. This place is said to be connected with the story of the Fool's Procession. I wouldn't be surprised if a curse bearer decided to turn up. However, I need to find out if that teacher was a curse bearer or not. I expect the police to be baffled since they don't know about the curses. I can ask around and see what the students have to say. Sure, inquire. Alright, I'll go ask the students about Michio. I'm back, ma'am. So, what'd you learn? The school kids sure love good rumours. Sure love a good rumour. I was practically drowning in stories about Mr. Janucci and Michio, most of which seemed dubious, at best. Not surprising. Most of what I heard was hardly worth a second thought. But there was one story that caught my attention. Oh? Some believe that Michio is the one who killed Mr. Janucci. Really? The story's got 2 pieces of evidence to back it up. One of them wasn't news to me. Apparently he's been mumbling that Michio was going to kill him for some days now. A fellow teacher overheard his mumbling and told the students. and then it spread like wildfire, I suppose. Rumours that juicy don't stay a secret for long. As for the other piece of evidence, a pigtailed girl in her school uniform was seen at the school late last night. Go on. Although numerous people claim to have seen the girl, not one of them saw her face. Some were proposing it was Michio brought back to life, or that it was her vengeful spirit. But it's not like Michio's the only high school girl to wear pigtails. This rumour might have been made up just to fan the flames. But if it were true, I'd want to get a hold of her in order to hear her side of the kidnapping. If she's alive, that'd be ideal. There's still one more thing I should mention. I discovered where Michio lived. The student had a list of student addresses on hand. That's an amazing find. I believe all of the students actually have a copy of said list. It truly worries me how easy it was to obtain what should be confidential information. Imagine what would happen if that information got into the wrong hands. Well, so far it hasn't, though. Sure, let's hope it stays that way. In the meantime, it's now possible for us to visit Michio Shiraishi's house. And I guess that means we're leaving. Oops. I can imagine the students are uneasy after learning of the murder. It may do them well to stay home for some time, if not for fear of their safety. The police are probably too wrapped up in solving the case to be concerned about the students' mental health. I can see that. It's important that society provides a safe environment for the benefit of our youth. Some school policies could use some rewriting, especially those handling the students' personal information. That's right, I don't want a student being kidnapped on their way back home ever again. I expect criminals to grow more cunning as time passes, and there may be times where the authorities can't keep up. That's where outlaws such as myself come in. What's this about? Actually, just forget I said anything. Michio Shiraishi's house. How'd it go? I went to visit Michio Shiraishi's family home, however. No one seemed to be there. I got no answer at the door, and all the lights were out. It seemed to have been empty for a while now. There was a stack of newspapers out front. Social connections run deep in working class areas like this place, so I decided to talk to the locals. I met a few nice old ladies who were kind enough to give me the scoop. Turns out the Shiraishi's reputation really went down the dumps this past year. Is that so? I'll give you the quick summary. They moved here about 3 years ago. Their previous residence was in a better part of town. Michio's father died in a car accident, leaving behind just the two of them. Michio's mum, Toshiko, now a single mother, relocated here. At first they got along with their neighbours, many of which were in similar situations, helping and being helped in turn. So far so good. What happened? Well, as I said, their reputation began to go downhill about a year ago. A man recognised as Toshiko's common-law husband had moved into the household. His name was apparently Konkichiro? Iwai. Neighbourhood gossip is something else. Somehow, everyone knew his name. So what of this Iwai character? He was apparently a vulgar fellow with a criminal record. He was prone to violent outbursts. The neighbours often heard screams and shouting coming from the home. The neighbours took particular notice of Toshiko's screams, pleading with him not to hit Michio. It's terrible. As if that wasn't unsettling enough, every night the neighbours also began to hear an eerie chanting. Through this, the Shiraishi's standing in the neighbourhood plummeted rapidly. Toshiko was often seen covered in bruises and wounds. If she stopped responding to her neighbours, she would just turn the other way when greeted. They kept their storm shutters closed even during the day and effectively shut themselves away from the entire community. That sounds horrible. Why didn't the police step in and do something? Unfortunately, under our current laws, the police aren't allowed to get involved with domestic disputes. It's awful. And then Michio reportedly killed herself. Things only got worse with Iwai, and Toshiko was admitted to the hospital for physical and mental abuse. Ever since, Iwai hasn't returned to the home. Many locals expressed sympathy for Michio's circumstances, but just as many were fed up with the Shiraishis entirely, and seemed relieved that things finally quieted down again. It seemed that they were still considered outsiders even after 3 years of living here. I don't understand it. Why would Toshiko have gotten involved with such a brutish good-for-nothing in the first place? I've heard many stories where one partner's personality does a complete turn after entering a relationship. After her first husband's death, Toshiko's financial situation had also taken a turn for the worse. She was determined to send her daughter to a good high school. It's possible she fell victim to sweet promises. Well, it can be tough, I suppose. You don't seem moved by the story, ma'am. That's fine, people have all kinds of stories. Oh. Oh, goddamn. Kanchigiro Hawaii. The common law husband of Michiko Shiraishi's mother, Toshiko Shiraishi. Kanchigiro... Kankachiro, even. Start coming and going from the Shiraishi household a little over a year ago. It seems he has served some time in prison, but the details are unknown. Oh, so you came here too. What is it? Ah. Could you repeat what you know one more time for me, Richter? Oh. Oh, I can't go any further. I guess we'll do fancy sushi. I can't do anything further for Hitomi's help, I don't think? Let's see if going to the school does anything. And so, nope. What if I went to a different area? Like... yeah, what if I go to, like, Ryogoku Bridge? And so... oh. Yeah, I get the feeling it's the same, no matter where I go. Yep, it's the same. Okay. And so... I'm trying the other two, just to know for sure. Oops. Yeah, it's the same. And so... oh man. It's nearly been 3.5 hours, so... now we get our final, and so... I'm wondering what the last curse is, though, because we only know about 7 I guess we only know about 8 of the mysteries. Yeah, I'll have a look over my files shortly. This has been good. The game is really not as much of a horror as it made out in the first, like, half an hour of the game. First hour of the game. Yeah, there's basically a jump scare whenever a person gets cursed, and that's about it. It's been very, very light on the jump scares, which, honestly, I appreciate. Yeah, jump scares get old rather quick. Yeah, I wanted to look at the 7 mysteries. Wait, so how many do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 10 mysteries. Does it actually say who has them, or is that something else? I don't remember where this is actually under. Spirit Board, Paranormal Affairs? Nope. Ah, I don't remember what it is. Culture Society? Oh! Gameplay Guide. Okay, this is where they are. Oh yeah, I've not even thought to look at these. Approach the net. Whatever. So yeah, we don't actually know half of them. Wait, how many are listed? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Only 9 are listed. So yeah, we don't know who has the Taiko of Tsugaru. The beckoning light, I'm pretty sure that's the secretary. The Whispering Canal, I don't know, but I would assume Yoko, I guess. I wanted to look at the Taiko of Tsugaru. Oh yeah, this is the one with the drum. Yeah, use drums. I don't know how the hell that's going to kill someone. If you hear the sound of a drum, then you're boned. Right, so I'll save the silver swap too. Nice. Either way, I'm still really enjoying this. It's awesome. The game's just really good. Very captivating. But I guess next session I'll, we'll start Fancy Sushi. I've been playing the game for like 6.5 hours, so I'm not really sure how far through the game I am. Maybe I'll be able to finish the game next session. We'll see, because that is going to be the end of the session. Thanks so much for watching, I hope you have enjoyed, and until next time, take care.